Hi everybody, this is George Halak. How are you guys? Hope everybody's doing well. So we are in Ottawa. As you can see, in front of Parliament Hill. I'm just gonna share it with some groups. Give me 1 second. So let me see how it looks. Okay, so we're in Ottawa. How's everybody doing there? So you can see we have different, it's mostly for the pipeline, but I think overall it is about Canada being united. It is about Trudeau doing a horrible job. We're all Canadians united from coast to coast. This one looks like it came from Alberta. United, we roll. Convoy for Canada, National Unity, come join us. So this is what it's all about, guys. Here we're in Ottawa. This is George Halak speaking live in Ottawa. I hope you guys do well. Okay, so we have another sign here. Trudeau, your job, protect your border, like or protect your home and family. So this is all about Canada. This is not about just a pipeline. It's about everything that Trudeau is doing, which is anti-Canadian. So you can see that these people came all the way from Alberta. You can see here too, from Alberta plate. This is not Alberta, another truck. You see a yellow vest here.
Let's go because we're gonna stop by the protest.
Really, protesters are here. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I don't know why protesters would be here. So you see another truck here that came. Let me ask some questions to this gentleman. Sir, I have a question for you. Did you come from Alberta?
Yeah.
I'm George. I'm a Canadian patriot.
Yeah.
Welcome. How was the trip, my friend?
Good. Long.
Long, huh?
Yeah.
So why are you here, sir, if you don't mind me asking?
You're taping right now?
Yeah, is that bad? Okay, I won't ask you a question.
Take a break.
No problem. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. See, this is what it's all about here, guys. Beautiful. We have a lot of people here. Looks like a few hundred people at least. Maybe we can have a nice believe of Canadian flags. We have everybody here. No pipelines. Okay, well, they're allowed to have their opinion. No fascists. I don't know who they're talking about. But they're allowed. All right. Sorry. A lot of people here. So. A lot of people, not bad. We have a nice attendance there. A lot of trucks. Let's go look more. Here we go. So you have here another sign. Basically it says support Canadian agriculture, prioritize Canadian, increase global warming. Increases global warming. They put the grain in the train and the oil in the pipeline. Eat beef. You know what? I like beef. I like steak. There's nothing wrong with liking that. So let's see how many more truck over there. Here you have another one here, which is scrap the carbon tax. Sorry, my friend. We're just gonna have an idea how many trucks are here. I would say there's a few hundred trucks, or at least a dozen trucks. Here you have another one here. Canadian need pipeline, good paying jobs. You know what? We need jobs. Yeah, for sure. Who doesn't need jobs? Build the pipelines, coming together in the beginning, working together is progress, staying together is success. You know what? All Canadians, they want jobs. We want good paying jobs. But for sure, we want to protect the environment. I don't think anybody is against protecting the environment. You know, we want to make it safe for all. But until we have the natural resources that are independent of oil, I mean, we need oil. The planes work by oil. Everything works by oil. All right, so you got a good idea now. These people, they came all the way from Alberta. I don't know if anyone came from the East Coast. I don't think that many people showed up. But you know what? It's still 1,500 additional. Sorry about that. A beautiful Parliament Hill. Sorry about that there, guys. Alright, so that's what it looks like. Hi, it's me, George, from Canadian Coalition Concerned Citizen. As you can see, we're in Ottawa, and I guess there's anti-protesters and Canadians that want to build the pipelines and want good jobs for Canadians. You have yellow vest here. It's nice. This is what we talk about when you want to protect your country, you want to have Canadian jobs and people happy and living together in peace. Right, guys? I guess yeah. Sure. All right. Let's go back into the action. Okay, my hands are really cold. We're in Ottawa right now. Let's see what they're saying. Looks, I guess there's two groups talking. One on the other side, close to Parliament Hill, and this one next to the road. Let's see what they have to say. Okay, so what this guy has here? No UN, no banking fraud, of course. No carbon tax, no Saudi oil, Trudeau for treason. I think it says it all, right? Anything on the other side?
That's what I was going for.
Can I have a flyer?
Ask me about this. Okay, okay, sir.
CRIC?
Yeah, what is that?
It stands for Canadian referendum initiated by the citizens.
Okay, and what is
Here,
that?
there's a little bit of information in there. You
Okay,
can
there
have.
you go.
And
Can I have one?
Yep. Here, take one.
There you go, guys. So I'll try to look at it. But if you want to give me just a slight, very fast, like.
Yeah. So it stands for Canadian referendum initiated by citizens.
Yeah. Okay. What is that exactly?
Well, it stems from the movement and where it started in France. It's what the people in France are pushing for, as well as Belgium, Holland, Australia, and Ireland, all pushing for the similar thing. And basically what we want is to have a process where the citizens can initiate a referendum against any
that
important...
makes sense. So basically anything that is big, you
any
want the
important
people to
decision
decide.
about our sovereignty or our economy, we want to have a say in it,
Of
because our
course.
government's not listening to us.
Okay, that makes sense.
Referendums have been used in Canada in the past.
Yes.
So they can't tell you it can't be done. You know what I mean? We have historical proof that it's been done
Well,
already.
how about the independence for Quebec? They did a referendum to decide if they wanted to separate.
Also, for Newfoundland to join Canada,
There you
we
go.
did one about the prohibition, whether or not we wanted prohibition or not.
I don't think anybody could oppose that. I mean,
Exactly, right?
I mean, referendum is
I've met very
fantastic.
few people that are like, "Oh, your idea." Like,
Yeah,
we don't want
But
that.
the question is it 50% and one, or it should be like 65% and
Well,
higher?
that's in the process. We do agree that it should be 60-70% just
Yeah,
to
I
save
think- I
face.
think
Yeah,
to make
51% is a little murky, right?
Right? Because if you have 50-50 and it goes,
Yeah.
I think it's not. It had to be, I think, 2/3. I think I'm full for that. I
Yeah,
don't know much,
yeah.
but logically speaking, I think 2/3. If 2/3 of people agree with it, I think it should happen.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
thank you so much for coming. Are you coming from
No
Alberta?
problem. From Hamilton, Ontario.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you for being here, man.
Thank you
I
for
can't
coming
believe you're
out.
wearing. Are you not cold?
No,
All right, good.
Canadian.
This is beautiful.
Yeah, sir. How are you,
This is
sir?
beautiful weather.
Yeah, I know.
I've been out every
17,
Saturday for the
this is
last
nothing.
2.5 months preparing for Ottawa's cold. So I'm
Really,
okay.
huh?
Blizzards, the whole nine. Oh yeah, we've been out there in some.
Well, I like
Fun
the idea. Who's initiating this, or that's just any group that's Canadian group? Basically, everybody. Is it yellow vest kind of thing, or it's anyone?
Yellow Vest are. There's a lot of little subgroups going on in Yellow Vest. Some are pushing for, we all want solutions and we all want change.
I have a question for you. A lot of Alberta, they want to have independence. Do you think that would be a solution, or it's a waste of?
I don't agree with Alberta wanting to separate.
What's the
just
reason?
as I don't agree with, because I think Canada should stay Canada as one country united. I think we have a better chance of fixing these problems united than if they just break apart from
All
us.
right.
You know what I mean?
You have a good point.
I felt the same way with Quebec. You know what I mean? Why do you want to leave our country?
United is better than divided, huh?
Exactly.
I think.
Yeah,
I think.
we want unity. We want unity. In
I think
Canada,
if the
yeah.
laws were good, and the citizens felt like everything was happening for good reason, the
Yeah.
referendum, I think people would want to stay in Canada,
Yeah.
in my opinion. But anyway, thank you so much. My name is
No,
George
thank-
again. What's your
thank
name
you,
again?
Justin.
Justin? Thank you, Justin. I'm pretty sorry. My hat is so cold. I hope you
Oh,
forgive
that's
me.
okay. No worries.
All right, let's see what I stop.
good day.
You too. Stop the liberal carbon tax. Yeah, my friend. That's a nice sign you have there.
Thank you, thank you.
Do people stop when you see that?
Oh,
The
yeah,
cars.
they stop.
Yeah, they stop and go, okay, we're stopping here. Well, thank you, sir. Where are you coming from, if you don't mind me asking?
New Brunswick.
New Brunswick.
Yeah.
Did you drive here?
Drove all the way up. Yeah.
Beautiful, sir. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, no.
I've never been to New Brunswick. I have to go one day.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I've been to the west. I've been to Central. I've been everywhere. My name is George, by the way.
Nice to meet you, George.
A pleasure. Thank you for coming. You want to say something else? Just curious? Or?
No, here I was sitting on my couch on Sunday afternoon, and I was watching the news, and I said, you know what?
Let's go.
Let's go. I said, I got to do this, So
And it's more. I see it doesn't talk about the pipeline, because these guys do the pipeline, but you're more about the liberal carbon tax.
I'm for both.
It's both. Okay.
You know what I mean? We don't need that carbon tax. And these guys here, Alberta is the heartbeat of Canada.
Yes, I
You
agree
know,
with you.
and we need that. We need that oil. Canadians should be supporting Canadians. I don't understand why that's so hard to
Well, I
understand.
agree with you, because I think if you build the pipeline, you're going to fix a lot of Canadian problems. But it's going to be one of the
Absolutely.
issues.
We've got the biggest refinery in North America in St. John, New Brunswick.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know it was the biggest one.
Yeah, no, it is.
I have a question for you. I'm not very knowledgeable, but why don't they build refineries in Alberta?
I don't know. I think there is some, but I don't
It
think
costs a lot of money, probably,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
pollution, and they need water, maybe.
And I think that the money's not in the refining. I think. No, I don't know. I don't know the whole thing.
Yeah,
but
okay.
I think the money's in the oil. But anyway, I mean, if we can get that pipeline to St. John and get it out to British Columbia, problem solved.
Problem solved, right?
Solved.
So-
Justin Trudeau's government's reckless. They're reckless in spending. They're terrible. You know, it's insane the money the guy spends.
I know.
You know.
And what field are you in, if you don't mind me asking?
I
If
own
you
a
want-
couple convenience stores. so,
Convenience stores,
yeah.
okay. Well, look, thank you for being here. It's an
problem.
honor, pleasure again. My name is George, and
Nice to meet you, George.
God bless you, and thank you for driving,
right.
and be safe, okay?
Nice talking to you.
All right, pleasure. So that was nice. Hi, ladies, how are you? You mind me asking some questions?
Sure.
So you have here, yes, immigration, no migration. Stop the UN. What is the difference between immigration and migration? Just, I know a little bit, but what's your...
Immigration's when you come here legally and you go through the proper police checks and you're not a criminal.
Oh, okay, perfect. And migration is anyone.
Anybody. What's happening right now?
So basically, you want vetted people that come into this country that believe that they come in peace and they
Yes.
want to make a country better for themselves,
everyone.
their family, and the citizens of the country.
Exactly. We're not against immigration.
Okay, my name is George. It's a pleasure.
I'm Rebecca.
Rebecca, thank you for being here. Where are you guys from, if you don't mind me asking?
Hamilton, Ontario.
Okay, beautiful.
I'm from Grand Bend.
From where?
Grand Bend.
Where's that?
Between London and Sarnia.
Okay, so it's in Ontario.
Yeah.
Well, ladies, it's a pleasure. Thank you for being here, and God bless you, ladies. Okay, thank you. So they're saying legal immigration, basically. So let's go back here. Let's see if we can have a different point of view. RCMP, what does that say? My goodness, it's pretty bad. RCMP breaks off while we sleep in land. Wow, okay. That's not a very nice thing to say. These guys are not nice people. Oh my goodness. Good work, livable climate, indigenous race. No one is illegal. You know what? Let the people decide. No one is illegal. Like we should maybe have a referendum on that one. So most of these people are basically communists. Alright, shut up with your face, bro, back. Excuse me, miss. Thank you.
Are they allowed to record?
They're trying to portray a country divided. We just united this country from Alberta.
So I think their group is called Antifa, and they're no fascist, indigenous lands. We saw it earlier. What else they have there? Good work, livable climate, indigenous rights. I believe in indigenous rights. I think the natives should have rights. Everybody has rights in Canada. I think it's normal. I don't know what happened here. It's an action meeting. I'm happy I didn't get attacked there because you never know. These guys are sometimes they become very violent. How are you? Ça va bien?
Ça va bien, toi?
Ah, super. Tu viens de où, je peux demander?
Moi, je viens de Sturgeon Falls en Ontario, donc
Ah,
je suis
ok.
franco-ontarienne.
Ok, super. Hey, juste par curiosité, qu'est-ce que tu penses de Ford qui va les écoles, les universités françaises qui
Je comprends pourquoi je comprends la coupure de l'école parce que, tu sais, il y a besoin d'enlever des fonds pour faire des cours parce qu'on n'a pas de fonds parce que, tu sais, on paye autant en dette.
Ah, ok. Alors, t'es pas fâché trop?
Non, je sais pas que je suis pas fâchée, c'est que ça va venir éventuellement. Le même dit qu'il va l'amener back dans le
Ok. Alors, c'est juste pour... Ok.
C'est juste...
Je peux vous poser des questions?
Ouais.
Audio? Alors, c'est quoi ton nom?
Lisa Lefebvre.
Ok, enchanté Lisa, mon nom c'est Georges Alac. Et raconte-moi pourquoi tu es ici ou pourquoi tu portes un veste en jaune.
Pour amener tout le monde ensemble, pour
Ok.
combattre contre le gouvernement qui est corrompu, évidemment.
Oui, définitivement.
Ouais.
On est d'accord là-dessus que le gouvernement il fait pas
Ouais.
sa job.
C'est ça, mais c'est ça aussi que des affaires qu'ils font, c'est pas de sens, comme la taxe de carbone surtout.
Ouais, la taxe de
Puis là,
carbone.
Il veut pas ajouter
Carbon
la
tax.
Oui, mais il veut pas ajouter la carbon tax sur l'huile saoudienne qui rentre de...
Okay, alors you're saying is that the oil that comes from Saudi Arabia,
It's not it's
there's
not
no
taxed.
tax. Yeah.
Everything else is taxed. And it's...
That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Well, it's all about corruption. We know that.
It's corruption.
obvious,
They're stealing money from
My friend, I
veterans.
like your mustache, if you don't mind me saying.
Oh, this is a fiance.
Enchanté. What's your name?
Alexandre.
Enchanté. J'aime ta moustache.
Lui, c'est un Québécois.
C'est un Québécois. Toi, t'es un Québécois de pur laine, là. Hein?
Oui,
Ah,
je suis
ok,
né au
raconte-moi.
Québec.
Un vrai bûcheron?
Oui, un vrai bûcheron, je viens des bois.
Alors, t'es d'accord avec ta fiancée ou toi, t'as d'autres idées que tu veux partager?
Je suis totalement d'accord. En fait, présentement, tu sais, un pipeline, c'est sûr que c'est un sujet quand même assez
saying that the
divisant,
pipeline is
puis,
important?
tu sais, tout ça, mais...
But?
Oh, you want me to say
No,
in
I
English?
want you to say in English. Because French, don't worry, continue.
OK. Et, tu sais, le pétrole fait partie de 40% de notre économie. Puis dans le
40%
système
belongs to the economy of
actuel, faut faut aller chercher quelque part ce pétrole-là.
So basically,
que ce
we need the
soit
oil.
en Arabie Saoudite ou en
We shouldn't get it
Algérie
from
And
Saudi
our
Arabia.
oil is
ici.
cleaner than, you know, like we don't know what's in
So
that oil.
you think that there's groups in Canada that are trying to destroy the pipelines in Canada, like outside group, not just within Canada, that have ulterior reasons to do that? Like, let's say, for instance, they support Saudi Arabia. You know, people that don't
Not
want
just that, the
Canada.
Green Party as
The
well.
frustration on the pipeline is more than just about the Arabia oil, all these things. It's about the government wants to put a carbon tax on the petrol from Alberta, but doesn't want to put one on the Arabia one.
Yeah, it's sad.
And the other way, you buy the pipeline, $4.5 billion from our taxpayers' money.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be built with all the cents of the taxpayer. And Justin Trudeau take $4.5 billion, buy this pipeline, make the promise it will be built. He didn't build it, and now 14,000 of Albertans are on the street and doesn't have the job anymore.
This is crazy.
This is crazy.
But
it's
why
more
are
than
you guys
just a
living
pipeline.
here and you know so much about Alberta? I think most Canadians don't even know these things.
Because I've been working with the Albertan for 2 months now in the
okay.
Yellow Vest movement.
Okay,
And
so
they
you're-
explained me the situation up there, and you know
Okay,
what? I
okay.
totally agree with them. If it was my province, it was in the same problem, I will fight for it, and I will ask the other province to do the same thing, because all the province have their own issue against the government, not just Justin Trudeau, the government.
So basically, it's not really about the Liberals. It's about the government not doing their job for all the citizens, regardless
money.
of the party. So let's say the Conservative come to power. Is that going to change anything?
No, we're gonna still fight and ask for a direct democracy, to have a real democracy who will represent the people.
Okay.
Because the only way we can have a government who will work for the people is by a government with the people in the power. And the only person who knows what the people need is the people itself.
Beautiful, my friend. What else you want better than that? You have done fantastic speech. Thank you so much. My name is George Halak. I don't want to take too much time away. Canadian Coalition Concerned Citizen George Halak. You know, I love everybody. I'm an immigrant myself.
Yeah.
So I came to Canada in 1977, escaping the war to come to this beautiful land to live in peace. And I love every Canadian and every Quebecer. I love you guys all. I love everybody. Even these guys.
I love you too, buddy.
You know, I love you guys, you know? Even these guys, like, I kind of feel bad for them, you know? Like, I think they have right ideas. Like, I support Indigenous.
No,
like,
we have to with the security, and all the time we make a protest, it will be for anything. They will be there and trying to eat us.
no, but I'm saying they have certain things that I agree with. Not a lot of it. But there is something that I agree with. Not all of it.
Which one?
Well, like, let's say, for instance, in no Indigenous land, I think that just the fact that we want to make sure that the people, the First Nations, they're either they have good governance, or we have to make sure they have good governance.
The Yellow Vests are for that.
Okay,
We are
beautiful.
here to improve the help for the First Nation.
Beautiful.
To improve the help for the
but-
veteran.
of
To
course.
improve the health of
You are Native, huh?
Yes, I'm Apache. I'm Native American.
Okay, that's, you know what, I was gonna tell, one of the reasons I wanted to interview you, when I saw this name, and I saw you, I wanted to ask you, but then when you start speaking in French, I go, okay, maybe she's just French Canadian. No offense. So, what do you think when you see that?
It's not even true.
It's not even true. We're actually trying to work with them. We're trying to work with Native American.
Well, because if you build pipelines and you get revenue for that, you can help your community, right?
Except we want to help them too. That's on our priority list, is to help
Right.
Indigenous people.
At the same time, the Canada is carbon neutral, because we have enough tree, we bring enough oxygen, then we are carbon neutral.
Yeah.
If the government will really want to help
Yes.
about the carbon tax,
Yes.
instead of put a tax to start overtaxing people again,
Yes.
why they don't plant tree in the forest
That would make sense, right?
to make more
They-
oxygen and fix the
They
carbon?
they don't replant the trees in Canada?
No.
They do, no?
They do sometime when we get
I'd rather use
fire
our
in the-
own our own materials, like our own oil, our own like water. Our own...
You're a nationalist. Basically, you want Canada, and that includes the First Nation, the Canadians, the Quebecers, the
I'm
Ontarians.
proud of our riches,
for
and
sure.
you know we should use that, not use stuff that we don't even know if it's clean. We don't even know if it's good or not. Like if we use our own materials, it's way better for us.
You
It's
know
more.
what? Our system for the pipeline and the petrol in Alberta
Yeah.
is the best system in the world.
Really?
Is the best of the one.
For the cleanness
Yeah,
and everything.
cleanness and everything. We have the best system for the petrol in Canada.
You know-
and you know what? Some country making the war to the other country to have the petrol. In the Canada, have the third most biggest
Reserve
petrol.
oil.
Yeah, reserve of petrol.
Who's number one?
I think it's Afghanistan, Arabia.
No, it's Venezuela.
Venezuela. I don't
Venezuela, which is a socialist country,
know. Okay.
and they're one of the country is in ruins. The people are eating dog food. They're really not taken care of. It's all about socialism. Socialism, basically, what it does, it steals from the rich and from anybody that contributes and works hard.
Yeah.
And then they want to spread it out. But at the end, what they do is they keep the money for themselves. And that's the whole story that every time happens. And these guys, I think they support socialism, communism.
But what
Yeah.
But it looks like it.
But what I don't agree with
Yes.
is the one that says no one is illegal.
No one is illegal. So what do you think about that sign that says here, no one is illegal, right over there? What do you?
What I'm scared for is, like we're here, it's a peace country. And then if you bring anybody in, legal or not legal,
Yeah.
they could be dangerous, and I don't want to put it, but ISIS members, we've already have some in Canada.
Yes. Well, there's 800 ISIS fighters that the Kurdish troops have with the Americans that are either Europeans, either Canadians, either from Australia, whatever. And the Americans are asking them to take them back and basically to put them on trial for treason. And nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to be responsible.
But I would
What-
give you a more easiest answer.
Go ahead.
If we reform the government and we got direct democracy, every decision will need a referendum. So the people will decide what they want. So the pipeline, put this in referendum
Yeah,
and see
so
what
look,
people want.
I've always been a big fan of referendum. I've always been a big fan, like just the people deciding. But I think it should be more than 50%. I've always felt like it should be a majority, so the minority or the half of the class doesn't feel like they're being like doesn't go what they want. So we need a big majority. Well, guys, look, I don't want to take too much time away from you, but thank you so much. God bless you guys, and I hope you have a beautiful wedding, many beautiful children, and they're going to be beautiful. I have a feeling with that mustache of yours, and that beautiful hair of yours, and that beautiful First Nation blood in you, and Quebecer, Irish.
Irish.
I
and
knew it.
also,
I'm actually
You have to be
also-
Irish. Look at that beard.
No, also First Nation. My mom is a First Nation.
Okay, there you go. First Nation, huh?
Yeah.
Beautiful. You
dad
live
is
in a
a
reserve now.
character.
No.
No, okay. I have another question for you. Why are the reserve doing? Are they doing bad or good? The reserves.
They're doing bad. Like my.
What's the reason?
Like
Main reasons,
Yeah.
or in 5
Well,
reasons.
the education, first of all, it's not an education whatsoever. They tried to take. It's still
But
like
whose
that.
fault is it? Is it the chiefs, or is it the government of Canada, or is it?
I can't say Canada
Everybody.
because my reserve is in the States.
Ah,
So
it's
it's
in the
different.
States.
I can't. I
Okay.
can't comment on the Canadian.
Really? So do they touch the border?
No, mine's like way out there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But are you consider yourself Canadian nevertheless, or you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
I
but-
lived here all my life.
Okay, but you were born in that reserve?
No, I was born in Canada.
Ah, okay.
My grandfather.
Ah, your grandfather. Okay, and I get it. Well, so
Like me, my grandfather was an Irish.
yes.
But now my dad is a Quebecer and my mom is a First Nation woman as well. So I'm
Beautiful,
part
beautiful.
Irish, Quebecers, and First Nation.
Beautiful. So you're just going back to what you're saying. So if you were going to point out one thing, what would you think the biggest problem with the First Nation is? Like why they're doing so horribly bad? Because they should be doing good, I think.
Dans les réserves, ils n'ont pas d'eau.
Ils n'ont pas d'eau,
Ils n'ont pas d'eau propre dans les
Non,
réserves.
c'est pas juste une chose, c'est plusieurs choses.
Plusieurs,
Comme
ok.
qui fait l'affaire que c'est comme l'éducation.
Est-ce que c'est une
l'eau.
question de culture?
Non, la
c'est juste
culture
que le
est riche et
gouvernement,
belle.
il les a-
C'est à cause que les autres, c'est comme. Ils pognent presque fuck all. C'est pensé quand. Tous les blancs, ils pensent qu'ils sont des drunks. Parce que. Ça, c'est vrai. Je m'ai fait dire ça beaucoup. Ils sont comme, oh, you guys are drunk because you guys are hating.
Mais je suis allé à des places, puis honnêtement, il y avait beaucoup d'indigènes qui étaient vraiment sous dans les rues. Ça, c'est à Winnipeg. Ça, c'était le pire.
En fait,
Tout le monde, je le
non.
sentais. Mais,
Plusieurs réserves
Des
ont des
give
problèmes
up.
d'alcool,
C'est
de
des
drogue,
give
ils ont
up.
des problèmes de consommation dans plusieurs réserves, ils n'ont pas d'eau propre. Ça fait des
Yeah,
années
yeah,
que
no
le
water,
C'est
no-
gouvernement...
intimidé en esti.
Oui, puis ça fait des années que le gouvernement
Dans
leur
mode
fait des
First Nations.
promesses, des promesses et des promesses, puis ils n'ont jamais appliqué leurs promesses.
okay. Moi, I was in Winnipeg, and I met this guy. You know, he looked like a really polite guy. And I go, you know, he asked me if he wanted me to bring the cart, the cart for shopping. So I go, sure, and then he told me he was a First Nation. I go, how come you're like this? He goes, you know what, drugs. But he looked like very intellectual person. He was not like a person that I would say that he has no education. So he does have education, but for some reason, because he's in drugs, he's in that situation. And he needs money to buy drugs.
It's the way they're treated. Like, a lot of the people treat natives badly. You know, they think, oh, they're wild or feral. And
Look, I have one thing that I like to do is to love everybody equally. I try. Not easy to do.
not easy.
When someone wants to punch you out, I mean, it's very hard. But so look, I want to see if these guys want to give me want to talk there, just to have an idea. Anybody wants to say something? Why are you guys here? So he's saying "ferme ta gueule," so that means shut up. But that's in nice French Québécois, you know. So this guy, he looks like he's from Quebec.
Tout le monde sait Chris de tout et à lac.
Oh, he knows me too. So he goes in Chris Alak there. So that's, I guess I'm known there. So nobody wants to say anything? So it says good work, livable climate, engineers right. You know, I agree with that. I'm not disagreeing with that. So, yeah, I'm very honored there that he knows my name. He even knows my last name. That is fantastic. Nobody wants to interview? Oh well. I tried. Yeah, but last time they hit my phone and I dropped it and I broke, so I have to get a new phone.
Yeah,
So I don't want to get too close because they have long hands. These guys, they like to hit your hand there. I don't know why they're so violent. All right, let me go over there. Or let me ask some more people if they have a... let me see, there's a nice sign here. Thank you guys, huh? Good luck with the wedding again, okay? So let's see what we have here. A nice big sign. Ottawa 2019 Great Ottawa Trucker Association. You can't see very well. Convoy for Canada. Parliament Hill. Beautiful. All right, guys, let's go a little bit see what's inside. We saw a little bit what was happening here. You have a lot of reporters, which is always very good. Is she talking? Talking at Sue. So I guess she's waiting to interview with a lady. Let's see what's happening over here.
You take a picture of
Some more reporters here. Some nice police. They're very good, these guys. We like the Parliament Hill security. Hi, guys. Hello, hello. We have a beautiful family with a flag. Some Canadian patriots. Beautiful. I love your flag.
Thank you.
Which flag is that? Oh, what a hockey stick.
How
I
are
love
you,
that.
George?
Hi.
hockey stick's very appropriate.
Oh, yeah. That's how I got attacked.
Did you have any trouble
Hi,
coming
Georges.
in?
How are you, my
How's
dear?
everything?
Great to
How's
see
the
you.
rally going there?
Pretty good.
Pretty
good. God, it's hard walking up there.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't worry, I have shoes. Nice seeing you. Cheers. Beautiful flag, my friend. Cheers. I like it. I like it. Where are you guys going?
We're just our own group. We're going over there to that side.
Oh, okay.
So that when we do a speech, we can kind of walk in.
Can I see you?
You
Come
bet.
over here.
Private bankers, they're scamming $65 billion off our taxes that are charging interest.
That sucks.
Before 1974, our governments never had to pay interest on loans from the Bank of Canada, but Pierre Trudeau sold off the Bank of Canada to private bankers, and we're getting scammed $65 billion.
A year.
A year.
Of interest.
All across Canada.
So we're borrowing money to give money back to them.
To the
basically.
central bankers, yeah. And instead of, we're supposed to be giving that money back to
He
Canadians.
gave to Bombardier, they gave it to them interest-free so that we can pay the interest on it.
Exactly, and why can't we all just get interest-free money from the Bank of Canada?
I would like that.
That's what Veterans Coalition Party of Canada. We're gonna make change.
Okay,
These
yeah.
main political parties are all
Yeah, I
in on
think
the
I've seen you
scam.
guys there.
Yeah, so we need to vote in outsiders if we're gonna change the system.
You think you have a chance?
I think in my riding I do.
You do, huh?
Yeah, I think we'll get a couple seats this year. I really do.
Beautiful. I would love that. You know, the more the merrier.
Exactly.
You know, we don't want the same.
We got to give more choices. We're not left or right wing. We're
But
central.
you think that the power that they have, the central banks, are they going to allow, let's say, a country like Canada to say, you know what, we don't want you anymore?
Well, Trump in the States is trying to get rid of them. Italy's trying to get rid of them. The Philippines is getting rid of them. Everybody's kicking them out. Their time is up. It's our time.
Beautiful, my friend. Thank you very much for being here. What's your guys' name?
Tyler.
Tyler Curtis.
Curtis, a pleasure, guys. My name is George from Canadian Concerned Citizen. Maybe you heard of me, but anyway, it doesn't matter.
I come from Nunavut, so I'm in the part of it.
Really? You're
because
from Nunavut, huh?
all the way up north. And
Are you serious?
still- and
How did you get
still-
here?
And still, there's nothing going on yet. We have about 40,000 people in Nunavut, and housing shortage.
Really?
I mean, like
housing shortage over there.
Every lumber for the house goes up there, and he'd rather spend more money on that than helping out for housing. Wow.
Nunavut, are they independent or not really? They're like basically Canadian and they're...
Yeah, we are Canadian. We're in the same one.
Okay.
But,
okay,
yes.
so it's not like you have, like you don't govern yourself.
We just don't have trees. So I guess.
I see what you mean. Well, yeah, it's true. With no trees, no house, right?
Yeah.
So every lumber comes from down south here, goes up there,
And how did you get here?
by the jet.
Oh, okay, nice. So you came all the way for this event.
Well, not exactly. I'm homeless myself, so.
Oh my goodness.
We're gonna end homelessness in
They-
Canada.
Okay, that's a good question. How would you end homelessness?
We got lots of houses that are for sale, so let's buy them up. Give the homeless refugee status each winter, and then in the spring, let's tear them down and rebuild all the houses eco-friendly. If climate change is such a big factor, let's start tackling it. Let's start rebuilding our
But
society.
I have a question for you. You think people that are homeless want to live in the street?
No, a lot of them just are in the wrong situation.
Yeah, wrong.
They just got wrong somewhere, and they just need a hand back on their feet.
That's
And-
it, huh?
Yeah, and I've developed a plan to get them jobs in construction and get them a career path that they can follow. And a lot of them aren't going to want to follow, but the ones that do will help rehabilitate.
Well, at least we try, right?
Yeah, we're doing better than the current government. The current government's doing nothing for them.
I think so. I find it sad to see homeless people there.
It is.
Well, guys, look, thank you so much. I wish you luck with everything you
Yes.
do, all your endeavor, and God bless Canada, right?
For sure. God
All
bless
right, guys,
Canada every
thank
day.
you so much.
Thanks,
huh?
thanks.
Beautiful. So let's go over there, see what's happening. How you guys doing over here?
Very good.
Beautiful flags.
That's awesome.
Yeah, nice. Let's see what they're doing over there to have an idea. You know, I want to have everybody to have a different point of view, different. I wanted to talk to the people that are protesting this. It would be nice. Man, it's really hard to walk here. Not easy. All right, let's see what's over here. What does it say here? The Canadian government has stopped treating Filipino people as slaves and cheap labor. Okay. So I guess. Hi, how are you? Anybody wants to mention what this is about? More, I guess it explains it pretty well. No cheap later. Beautiful flag. And what's right over here? No to racism, fight for jobs, homes and decent pay for all. Well, you know, sounds like socialism, but you know what? I think as long as you work, you can make money and then you can pay for your food in your house. I don't know, I'm not into socialism. Unless you have what's it called, problems, health problems, and then obviously you should check out. He's from Québec, un second. Trudeau dehors, laisse-moi voir qu'est-ce qu'il y a ici. Hey, c'est un gringo Trudeau là. C'est quoi ça exactement? C'est quoi exactement?
La fleur de lys.
Ouais. OK.
Le genre de Justin Trudeau.
Ah, OK. Oh, OK. Oh, non, je pensais que c'était un octopus.
J'ai le droit d'honneur.
OK. Ouais, je comprends. Ouais. Alors, vous n'êtes pas des gros fans de Trudeau, hein? You're not big fans of Trudeau? Les gars là-bas, ils aiment Trudeau. Les antifas, tout ça, ils adorent Trudeau. C'est leur très charmant.
Vous êtes de?
De Montréal, Georges Delac, de Canadian Coalition Concerned Citizens.
OK.
Coalition canadienne de citoyens concernés.
OK, mais tu parles français, moi.
Mais oui, c'est sûr. Je parle en fait 3 langues et demie.
Ah?
Arabe et espagnol.
Es-tu arabe?
Je suis libanais d'origine chrétienne. Libanais. Liban.
Mais, ouais, je sais, mais il y a des chrétiens.
Hein?
Des chrétiens.
Où il en reste encore?
Mais des chrétiens, c'est pas nécessairement des catholiques.
OK, regarde, moi je me considère... OK, là-bas au Liban, c'est les maronites en général qui ont le pouvoir. Ça, c'est un genre de catholiques, mais qui ne sont pas des catholiques exactement. C'est comme catholique. Il y a des orthodoxes, puis c'est un genre de christianité. Moi, je me considère comme pur juste chrétien. Dans le sens que je suis pas une religion comme telle. Je crois que j'aime Dieu et j'aime le monde et je respecte le monde. Donc, ça, c'est pour moi le vrai christianisme. C'est comme tu aimes ton prochain comme tu t'aimes toi-même. Quand tu fais ça, tu es un vrai chrétien pour moi. Si tu ne fais pas ça, tu n'es pas un chrétien pour moi. Ça, c'est comme ma définition de christianisme, que je pense que c'est quand même... C'est être comme ça.
Au moins, c'est raisonnable.
Ouais, moi, j'adore tout le monde, là. Regarde, moi, j'ai pas de problème. La liberté d'expression et de penser qu'est-ce que tu penses, c'est vital. C'est le choix de tout le monde d'être qu'est-ce qu'il veut. Maintenant, ça ne veut pas dire qu'une personne qui est chrétien ou qui est athée ou qui est autre chose, qui ne peut pas vivre en paix, c'est possible. C'est sûr c'est possible. Si on aussi entend que les moralités sont les mêmes, dans le sens qu'on ne veut pas tuer, on ne veut pas voler, on ne veut pas...
Tu veux t'intégrer.
Oui. Quand tu respectes quelqu'un, la personne te respecte, tu peux vivre en société.
Mais moi, là, j'ai toujours une question. Moi, dans ma famille, j'ai des Marocains.
Oui.
Des Tunisiens.
Yes.
OK? Ils sont pas capables de me répondre.
Vas-y.
Pourquoi qui viennent dans un pays qu'on ne veut pas rien savoir de sa religion? On parle de religion, on parle pas de gens. Parce que je sais qu'il y en a des...
Tu parles des Marocains qui quittent le Maroc puis qui viennent au Canada, puis ils suivent la religion ou ils ne suivent pas la religion?
Ben là, ils assument la religion.
Ah, OK, ils la suivent, OK.
Ils veulent rien savoir de nous autres.
Ah, ils veulent rien savoir, OK.
Mais ils ont marié des Canadiens, des Québécois.
OK, regarde.
Pourquoi ils sont venus vivre?
Je vais te dire, je vais essayer d'exprimer de façon très simple. Il y a deux types de musulmans. Il y en a un qui sont traditionnels, puis il y a d'autres qui sont des islamistes qui veulent reprendre le terrain que les empires ottomans et les empires islamiques, les califats avaient avant.
C'est tellement un mélange.
Tu comprends un peu? Non, mais il y a deux. Il y en a un qui veut juste vivre en paix, qui échappe la guerre, puis il y en a d'autres qui veulent implanter la loi charia, qui veulent conquérir comme ils ont conquis avant. Ceux qui sont traditionnels que je te parle, eux autres, ça se peut qu'ils ne suivent pas le courant à 100%. Ils sont juste des humains, comme quelqu'un qui est né dans une famille catholique. Tu comprends? C'est un peu comme ça que tu peux voir. Le monde qui veut rien savoir des Québécois, ben, tu parles de quoi exactement? Dans quel sens?
Dans le sens que tu arrives dans un pays, on les accueille, on leur donne qu'est-ce que puis ils veulent changer nos lois.
Ah, mais ça, c'est les islamistes.
Moi,
Puis ça, c'est un gros pourcentage. Là,
moi, j'étais baptisé catholique, romain.
Oui, je sais.
OK?
Je comprends.
La culture, la religion musulmane. OK? Mais c'est pas personne. La religion, c'est musulman, islamique. C'est ça?
Et tu parles le monde là-bas?
Non, la religion.
Non, parce qu'il y a plusieurs sectes. Il y a les sunnis, il y a les chiites, il y a les alaouis, il y en a différents sectes.
Mais quoi qu'ils se suivent tous, ils sont tous...
Mais c'est comme un peu les catholiques et les protestants. Pendant non, ils sont tués pendant plusieurs décennies. Même pendant 500 ans, ils se tuaient entre eux. Alors, c'est comme... OK. Mais mon point là-dedans, c'est que plus que tu es proche, plus que tu te bats.
Moi, j'étais baptisé catholique.
Oui.
Dans un cours de route, mon père il a changé de religion.
Ah oui, OK.
Fait que j'étais élevé dans catholique, Jéhovah.
OK.
Supposément, c'est des chrétiens tous les deux. Mais la religion...
OK, regarde. OK. C'est à cause que c'est dans l'ombrella de chrétiens, mais comme par exemple, quelqu'un qui est témoin de Jéhovah, puis il veut quitter le témoin de Jéhovah, il faut que tu le dénonces, puis il faut que tu le mets dehors. Ça ne fait pas partie du christianisme. Le christianisme, il dit qu'il faut que tu aimes ton prochain comme tu t'aimes toi-même. Alors, il se considère chrétien, mais pour moi, si tu ne respectes pas quelqu'un d'autre, puis tu n'aimes pas ton Dieu comme avec tout ton fond du cœur, tu n'es pas chrétien. Mais regarde, ça c'est une longue histoire, mais juste pour un bref résumé.
Moi, ma religion, à cette heure, je connais les baptismes.
Oui.
Tu verrais les livres que j'ai chez nous. J'ai le Coran.
OK.
J'ai la Bible anglicane, catholique, Jéhovah, baptiste. OK? Puis là, j'ai en train de me dire, tabarnak, c'est toute la histoire malhonnête. C'est juste pour manipuler le monde, mettre le doute.
OK. Je comprends ce que tu es en train de dire. Je peux pas rester trop longtemps avec toi, mais je veux juste te dire une chose. Juste aime ton Seigneur dans ton cœur, puis aime ton prochain comme tu aimes toi-même. Si tu fais ça, là, tu vas être bien.
Moi, j'ai compris ça.
Tu comprends?
Oui.
Ben alors, laisse faire les religions. Juste concentre-toi à être une bonne personne.
Moi, ça, ma religion, c'est quoi? Fais pas aux autres ce que tu n'aimerais pas te faire.
Ben, c'est rien, qu'est-ce que je suis en train de dire?
Christ, c'est pour dire à comprendre.
Ben, c'est sûr. Mon nom, c'est Georges. Enchanté encore. Je sais que je peux pas enlever mon gars parce que j'ai un téléphone. Okay. Mais un plaisir de te parler, hein?
Ben oui, moi aussi, je suis bien content.
OK, on va se revoir, OK?
Ben oui.
Georges Alac.
Ah, ben, je retiendrai vous.
Ah, OK.
La vache de Sherbrooke, c'est aujourd'hui, là. Tu sais, je parle à tout le monde, puis...
Merci d'être venu, hein? Ah, mais juste une dernière question. Pourquoi tu es venu avec le veste? Pas parlant de religion, quoi que ce soit. C'est quoi? Why are you here wearing the vest? Hein?
Moi, je suis contre l'immigration.
OK, she's against immigration.
Tu sais, dans le sens... Oui, il faut en avoir, c'est vrai.
We need immigration, yes.
Mais pas à tonnes comme ça.
Not like unlimited immigration.
Ou qu'on on a plein... Regarde à Montréal, comment il y a d'itinérants.
How many there's people living in the streets in Montreal? So we have to. She wants to take care of the Canadian first. Trudeau is. Trudeau's saying there's a lot of room and. Ok, merci beaucoup, hein?
T'es-tu journaliste?
Non, mais j'essaie de réveiller un peu les Canadiens en général. Juste de partager.
Les autres races, c'est pas juste les Canadiens, c'est tout. Toutes les races sont amenées ici. Il faut les réveiller, il faut s'aimer, il faut pas.
Ben c'est ça un peu. C'est ça, j'essaie de faire. J'essaie de réveiller le monde puis d'unir tous les Canadiens.
Moi, je suis pas raciste, Regarde, ma grande sœur est mariée avec un Haïtien.
Oui.
Tu sais, mon frère il est marié avec une Marocaine. Ma nièce est mariée avec un Tunisien.
Ça fait intéressant, hein?
Mais Chris, ça chicane.
She goes, all her family members are married to different people from Tunisia, Haiti. But ils se chicanent? Ah ouais, hein? So they're always fighting.
Elle veut pas parler américaine, l'américaine, elle veut pas parler. Mais tabarnak! C'est quoi la joke?
She's saying that each one doesn't want to speak to the other person.
Moi, j'aime tout
Mais
le monde.
je souhaite beaucoup de succès avec ça, hein? Ça, c'est pas évident.
J'ose pas le dire à personne.
Mais non, c'est correct. T'inquiète pas. Merci, hein? OK, no fascism, no carbon tax, no UN.
Oil in the pipe.
All right, new rule on vetting any speeches. Mr. Zimmer, come on up here. I want to see your speech. I want to prove it first. I think we got all soup and nuts. I don't think there's much you can add, Mr.
Carbon
Bob
tax.
Zimmer. Bob is from Prince George, Peace River and Northern Rockies. And we want to hear, he's also the Parliamentary Outdoor Caucus member, so we want to hear about why we're standing in the snow. Bob, here you go. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot, everybody. I don't know if you can hear me back there. Do we have anybody from Fort St. John back there? Hey, I see some back there. How about, hey, good to see you guys. So I'm from Fort St. John. I got my first job was actually working in the oil patch and working on pipelines. So I have first-hand experience about being in the cold, working at minus 30. We worked actually all the way to minus 50. But I just wanted to say one thing to all of you, first of all, is I think instead of being where you have to come to the government to protest to have a job, I think we need to thank you all for providing gas to our homes so we actually have warm homes to go home to.
Sore.
So
Like it's
thank
been
you.
so stressful.
Good job, I think, no? I know you
it's
think it's all horrible, but I think it's pretty good.
From Fort St. John
wish
to Ottawa every
there
week.
could have been way
And I see a
more
whole bunch of
I
members of the
know.
NDP.
Yeah.
I see members that are against oil and
Like
gas get on the same
500 people
airplanes as
looks
I
like
do. One namely, Miss
500 people?
Elizabeth May.
Who
And
knows?
She
Yeah.
unfortunately
Oh,
gets
there's
on
at
the
least
same plane
100
as well.
Antifa.
And you know what actually fuels
So that's
the planes
600.
coming from Vancouver to Ottawa? It's oil coming
who's
from
this
the
guy?
Kinder Morgan pipeline.
Is he
So to
NPM?
get in that plane, she
Zimmerman
actually
or
has to
Bob
use a
Zimmerman?
project that
Okay.
she's supposedly 100% opposed to. I just wanted to say thanks to you all for coming. I know I have a lot of friends out there. I love the horns,
guess
love the
he's from
trucks.
Brunswick.
You're making a difference for being noticed
Yeah.
today. We'll be back out in a bit. I have to go back to work in the house. We're dealing with a little thing called S&C Lavalin. Andrew just made a statement in the house, and I guess we're coming out here again in
Where's your
about an
daughter?
hour. So we'll see you again in a little bit. But I wanted
Where's
to
your
thank you
daughter?
all.
Just-
Thanks to the
No, they
organizers
didn't- it
for
was too
pulling this
cold.
together. I
They
know it's a great effort
quiet.
to really pull it off. And again, thank you all for coming. Keep up the good work.
That was great. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in an hour or so. Listen to that noise out there, folks. That's tremendous. I'm going to get Jerome, and then I'm going to get Jay up here. Jerome, come on up here. Say your story.
My story is oil in the pipe, grain on train. Okay, I have a sign here that my daughter made me bring to Capitol Hill for Trudeau. My daughter is 12 years old, and that's the sign she made for me. My name is Joram Olwen from Weyburn, Saskatchewan. I migrated to Canada in 23 years ago. Yes, Canada, we roll! I migrated lawfully.
We're so racist.
I have been in Canada. I work in the oil patch. I run a business. If I tell you my story with a little bit of my story with the Immigration Canada. Immigration Canada used to be a very strict, very straightforward, and very lean. The reason why I'm here is because I went through the immigration process successfully. Out of 5 of us that migrated to Canada, only 2 made it successfully. The vetting, the security background had to be checked. And that happened at your own expense. You could not work. You had to go through the immigration process. No income, no government support. What ticks me off is after 2 years of processing my immigration papers to try and be a Canadian citizenship, to get my Canadian citizenship, I could not get it. It took me 4 years. No, you could not work because you are not a Canadian permanent resident. And now, what ticks me the most is somebody can walk through the border. And guess what? That guy over there wants them to vote for him. No! No! Say no! There is no one in this world that can vote if you are not a citizen of that country.
Yeah.
I love the oil patch. I love the farmers. I love Canadians. And that's why I became a Canadian citizenship. I am a yellow vest. And we stand for unity. I will, sorry, can you open this for me?
Take a picture of that.
That is true Canadianship brotherhood.
Hey, look at this again. Get pictures of this.
Okay. I became a Canadian citizen in 2001 after 4 years of hard fighting. I had to take oath to be a Canadian citizen. You have to take oath. Trudeau does not want people to take oath. Trudeau wants to divide the nation. No!
Basically, that's true.
When I became a Canadian citizen, that is what I got. I'm gonna read it. As a Canadian, you must uphold the principles of democracy, freedom, compassion, which are the foundation and a strong and united Canada. Yellow vest, coast to coast, united we roll. You have made a difference. You have shaken Parliament Hill. People are stepping down. We want Trudeau to step down. If he does not step down, build the pipeline.
Yes.
And my last message is, I heard that Trudeau used to be a boxer.
You heard that?
I don't know. I never seen it. I wasn't in Canada. But I challenge Trudeau for a boxing match.
We'll get you trained up.
That boxing match must happen in the oil patch or in a wheat field. If Trudeau does not comply to the boxing match, I know that is the worst. I leave you Canadians with that much, and guess what? The struggle just begun. Thank you very much, and hopefully that we'll make it.
My goodness, what a compassionate speech. Now our next speaker is Mr. Maxime Bernier. Come on up, Max, People's Party. Max, I'm going to hand you a pretty hot mic. That's a tough act to follow, isn't it? We're really pleased you're here. Maxime Bernier, let's hear it for him.
Hello, everybody. First of all, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for doing that and for being here to protest. Because you're not asking for a handout, you're not asking for any privileges, you're just asking for being sure that this country will be able to build pipelines. That's important, not only for you, that's important for all Canadians. And yes, you're right. We don't need a carbon tax. We don't need the bill C-69. We don't need the bill C-48. And under our leadership, with the People's Party of Canada, we will scrap C-49. We will scrap C-69. We will privatize the other pipeline. So we need to have a pipeline that will be built by the private sector for you and for our friends from all over the country. So it's easy to say that. It's very easy. Justin Trudeau told you that you'll have a pipeline. Andrew Scheer is saying the same thing. And I'm saying the same thing. Who's right? Who's going to deliver a pipeline? We need... Yes, we need to use the Constitution. So, I said the same thing in French in Quebec. I said the same thing in English in New Brunswick. I said the same thing in English in Alberta. And now I'm telling you that. Yes, we need to do some consultation. But if we don't have any agreement, we need to use our Constitution. We need to use the Section 9210 and declare a pipeline for the advantage of our country. And yes, if we don't have an agreement with the politician in Quebec or the politician in BC, we will use the Constitution and impose a pipeline. Because Canadians know that it's first of all safer to build a pipeline today. It is safer for the environment. It is safer for the population. And Quebecers remember what happened 7 years ago in Lac Mégantic. We need to transport our oil and gas by pipeline, and we need to use the Constitution if necessary. I'm asking you, ask that question to the other politician who will come here, if they have the courage to use the Constitution if necessary to build a pipeline. Ask that question to Justin Trudeau. We know the answer. Ask that question to Andrew Scheer. He was not able to answer that in French in Quebec when they asked the question. And the journalist said to Andrew Scheer, do you think that you will use the Constitution to build a pipeline if Quebec, the politicians in Quebec are against that? He was not able to answer the question. You know, I'm answering that question. Our goal is to speak to our fellow Canadians and speaking about what is good for this country, for the unity of this country. We need pipeline. But not only that, we need to have a fair equalization formula. we need to be sure that it would be fair for everybody. If we want to unite our country, we need these two reform at the federal level, and I'm there. The People's Party of Canada is there to deliver that for you and for all Canadians.
Make it happen, Max. Make it happen.
PPC, 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 PPC. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Max. I'm going to give a little speech here. We traveled across this country all the way from Red Deer, Alberta. I was the one in the lead with Angie. My voice is a little rough and I apologize for that, but that was from one absolute powerful movement that we were performing as we came across this country. We united Canada all the way along from end to end. We were able to unify this country as we walked across and drove across and shook hands with every little person, every child, every mother, father, everybody. And we had heard nothing but love and help from everybody when it came from getting across this country. And I'd like to say for everybody out here, this United We Roll Convoy for Canada was an absolute pleasure. It was my absolute honor to be up here with you guys and have the opportunity to get our message across that we need to unite this country. We need to take this country back. We need to allow ourselves to join and have our voices heard and exercise our political rights. And that is what we did. So for that, I thank you, Canada, for allowing me to come across, to get this voice, to get our voices heard, to allow us to invoke our political rights and allow us to stand up for our Canadian Charter of Rights. This is our movement, Canada. We're making history. We're making this happen. The world is watching us. We need to act responsibly when it comes to this. We need to be the people for the people. This is a responsible movement, and it's a historical moment in Canada. So please, please, spread the word. Get it out there. We are here to unite the country because this country has been told we are divided. Well, I'm sorry to say, Mr. Trudeau, I just drove across this country, and I am not united. I have thousands and thousands and thousands of followers as we came across this country. This convoy went viral as we were coming across. It was an absolutely amazing moment for Canadians to watch as we came to fight for you guys, to fight for America, the people that can't get up and talk for themselves, to fight for the oil worker, to fight for the miner, the lumberjack, to fight for every Canadian. I'm talking teachers. I'm talking... That is what we brought. Canada heard this movement move across the country. And they are listening. And they are following us. And they love every single one of you, you, and you. We are not divided at all. Ontario loved us coming across. It was absolutely phenomenal. Thank you, Canada. Thank you for letting me represent this convoy across the country. Thank you for letting me sit inside your homes all week while you guys were trying to do your stuff. I've been told that they haven't watched TV for over 4 days because it was absolutely phenomenal watching this happen. So thank you. I love you. I love every one of you guys. You know that. I've told you that 1,000 times coming across this country. I absolutely love you, Canada. And thank you for allowing me to have the opportunity to represent you guys here in Parliament. Thank you.
Well done. Let's hear for this gentleman here. Great job. Great job. All right, Mr. Brad Trost, come on up here, Brad. He ran for the leadership. Not yet, Brad. Not yet. I run the show here. Anyway, Brad, here you go. Say some wisdom. Thank you.
Hi. I'm Brad Trost, soon to be ex-politician and back in the real world. Thank you for coming here today. I grew up in a farm family in rural Saskatchewan that unfortunately the one time we moved to Alberta was right before the National Energy Program hit. So my family knows what it is to go through tough times. Farming's a tough business. It was for 20 years. So when I was getting ready to think about what I was going to say to here today, I was reading a bedtime story to my littlest daughter. And it's a story from Dr. Seuss. It's called Horton Hears a Who. If you know the story, you know where I'm going with this one. Horton was the only person. He was the only person who heard the Who's. He had big ears. He listened. But the Who's could not be heard by anyone else. They kept trying to have their voices heard, but no one would listen but Horton. Finally, at the end, every single Who in Whoville gave a final shout. And then, when they thought they were all exhausted and couldn't be heard, only then did people finally hear them. And that's why what you're doing here today is so important. Because we have to keep shouting so that someone hears. We have to keep shouting that the jobs tied to the oil and gas industry matter. That people who work in natural resource industries, be it farming or fishing or lumber or oil and gas or mining, matter. These are good jobs. They're important. We have too many people in this country saying if you work with your hands, you're not important. We need this pipeline to go through. We need pipelines to be built. Why? Because they allow good, hardworking people to earn a good living. That's all people want. To work hard, to pay their fair share, and to help build Canada. Thank you for what you're doing. God bless each and every one of you.
God bless Canada!
Will you let me speak? Perhaps. All right. Dane Lloyd, pleased to meet you. Where are you from?
I'm from Sturgeon River Parkland, Alberta, just outside of Edmonton.
So these are your folks. Here, Garrett, take that.
Well, my name's Dane Lloyd, and I'm the Member of Parliament for Sturgeon River Parkland, just outside of Edmonton. Now, I was elected in a by-election in October 2017. I also serve as a lieutenant in the Canadian Forces, and I'm so proud to see all my fellow patriots here standing up for Canada. Hey, can I get a shout out? Now, you know, I grew up just outside of Edmonton, and my stepdad's a truck driver. And so I know what it's like when this government puts a carbon tax on families. You're raising the cost of gas on truck drivers, that's getting passed on to consumers. And these truck drivers are out of work right now because we can't get a pipeline built to get our energy to market. And it's a damn shame. And we need a prime minister who's going to stand up, who's going to get those pipelines built. And I know who that man is, and his name is Andrew Scheer. He's our conservative leader, and he's going to get the job done. Now mind my fellow Conservatives, we're in there in that House of Commons right now. It's your house, it's the people's house. And we are standing up for Alberta, we are standing up for Saskatchewan, we are standing up for all of Canada. Now I always say, you know, my stepdad, you know, he's been a truck driver for a long time, and he always said, I don't think people in Ontario can understand what we're going through. And I always say to him, you know what? Ontario does understand. And we saw that with our Unite Convoy going across the country, and who was there? You know, meeting them at every stop in Thunder Bay and in the Sioux and everywhere across this country. Ontario is standing with us. The whole country is standing with us. They're standing up for our pipelines. They're standing up against this carbon tax. And hell, we're going to come for Justin Trudeau in October, and we're going to change this country. Thank you.
Hi everybody, I come from Estevan with Jason LeBlanc. We helped kind of put the Estevan guys into this convoy here, and it was an emotional journey. I can't even explain it. When we came through Saskatchewan, we were seeing all the people on the sides of the roads and people waving flags, and we thought, you know, Manitoba was the same. Once we got to Ontario, we didn't know what to expect coming in here, and we were trying to unite everybody as one. And when we come through here and see the people lining the sides of the roads and the flags waving, and through the evenings there was fireworks shooting, and I thought to myself, you know, we come across this country with thousands of miles to try and join everybody in here. And I thought, you know, I never knew these people 2 weeks, 3 weeks before this. You know, I talked to them on Facebook,
Alright, so we
social
have
media,
a couple of
and all of a
Parliament
sudden, now here
guys.
we come across Canada too.
What's Charles' number?
So I'm just walking back. I want to have a different view. Just to have an idea what it looks like. I just want to show you a different view. For all those that couldn't make it, we love you all. It's hard to talk and walk. Hey Tina! You missed your boss there. Maxime was there.
I couldn't get to him.
What do you mean? He was right over there.
I was in front and then I
Yeah.
was looking for you.
Yeah, sorry.
Another one for a veteran.
I don't know. But I just want to go over there. No? Let me see. Are we allowed to go here?
No.
I just want to take a view of that picture. I can't?
Not a good timing.
Oh, yeah. That sucks. I can't go there.
I know.
Whoa.
It's
Okay.
horrible. I ruined my shoes in this stupid snow. I fell like 3 times.
I wanted to take a picture from there.
Did he come out?
I could do an interview. What do you think about this rally? Say who you are.
Hi, I'm Tina.
Hi, Tina.
Everybody knows me on Facebook as Tina right now. It's usually I'm losing my voice again. Well, as I think this rally is pretty wild.
Are you
There's a
surprised
lot of people.
by that many people? Are you happy with the number of people?
You know what? I'm not surprised because usually when you have rallies, this is what happens. It's never the amount that they tell you, you know.
Yeah.
They were
Well,
expecting
Would you
anyways.
say there's 500 people, 400 people?
Yeah, about, maybe even less. They're everywhere. I just want to say, they're not only in the front in the rally.
Yeah, okay,
they're-
but altogether it must
Yeah.
be at least 500 people.
Yeah, something like that. About 500. I
Maybe
would say.
more, maybe even 1,000. It's hard to tell because there's all over the place. There's at least 200 over there. There's probably like 100 over here, just here.
Yes.
And there's probably another like 200 over there.
Yes.
And then I think there's probably more security anyway.
Yeah, there's a lot of security, and the RCMP are doing a great job too.
Yeah, you know what? I saw Antifa. They recognized me there. Okay, Tina. So what do you think? Well, so you help organize this rally. How
Well,
did
what
you
I
help?
did, I did the media relations, support the convoys, and
Mm-hmm.
also with the yellow vest, I sort of sent out that we should honk our horns at 12 o'clock, but I don't know if anybody did it.
Okay, doesn't matter. You look.
But I guess we, as you can hear, we'll wait for the noise because I don't think you can hear us.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
So we're the invisible team from Ottawa. Coordinators and myself, we're quite invisible. Nobody really knows. We kind of participate.
Well, look, everybody does their part, right?
Yeah, the only thing that I'm not happy about is that the convoys are supposed to be coming from Fredericton, Quebec, Newfoundland, whatever, were never organized. We were
So
under the
they just
impression.
came like that, huh?
No, we were under the impression
Oh,
that
look,
there were
what are these guys
convoys
doing?
coming, but according,
I guess someone's coming.
I guess.
Maybe it's the Prime Minister of Canada. I don't know what's happening. Sorry, So you're participating. So you're not satisfied 100%.
No, I'm not satisfied because there was no convoy from the east.
Uh-huh.
It was never organized by Angie and Glenn, so we were deceived by that. And it's like we don't even exist. The coordinators, they're not happy because they work really hard.
Yeah, but what is the most important thing? That we get the message to Canadians?
Yeah, it's important we get the message out, but it's nice to be it's nice to say hello and nice to recognize it. Yeah, I mean it's nice for them to recognize that we did help out.
Show me this beautiful. What is the sign here?
It says.
Well, this is my sign actually, but it doesn't matter.
Trudeau out, no Trudeau.
Yeah, he's gonna be out in October. We're gonna
I
have a
hope
new
so.
prime
I
minister.
think- well, you never know with people how they vote, right?
Yeah, but you have a feeling that Trudeau's not doing a good job. Look who's here, it's our friend.
Hey,
George,
hello.
You're very popular. Look, see? Both of us, we're doing it at the same time.
What are Canada hat?
There's
How are
George.
you?
George filming me.
Hey, let's
filming
interview
him.
each other.
Yeah, right. Exactly. That's true.
How was the drive?
It was, well, the drive is what the drive is. But give me a big hug. We need warm hugs on a frigid day, eh?
Yeah.
But besides you and Stephanie, and of course I came with George and his beautiful wife.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, we're blocking. We're in the way, hein?
No, just careful. Hold on.
Ok, sorry guys. Ok, on va sortir du chemin. Vous faites du travail exceptionnel. But I don't know why they're doing that for, but there must be a reason. What are these guys doing anyway?
For safety, to keep the masked people out.
Oh, really? I like those masked people. Is that Zorro? Is Zorro here? Oh, man, as a kid, I love Zorro. The only thing I dressed up for Halloween was Zorro. And it was very easy. You wear black and then you wear a thing there in the face. And you get a sword. That was beautiful.
Yeah, that's good.
I had a good childhood, my friend. Guys, thank you for being here. Mind if I interview you?
For who?
For an interview for all Canadians to see. You mind?
Sure. No.
Sir, why are you here?
I'm here to support my friends from the Veterans Coalition Party.
Okay, good.
Of Canada.
Are you a veteran yourself, sir?
I'm not. This man is.
Okay, beautiful. So you secured our country. You did your diligence. You saved our.
They don't answer those kinds of questions.
They don't ever.
No, we don't.
But I say it anyway.
No, yes, that's okay, but they don't.
Okay, beautiful. So that's beautiful, guys. Thank you so much for
I'm
being
here
here.
for their support. Yes.
Oh, you know what? That's beautiful. So they're a political party, right?
They're an emerging political party.
Okay.
They want to help unite all the blue-collar workers from Canada.
Yes.
Many of the people that are here today are from that core group of blue-collar workers, because the blue-collar workers represent the middle class.
Yes.
The middle class are the people whose taxes, who are paying the majority of the taxes that are funding the Liberal Party to do their social engineering against that very same group of people.
That's incredible.
Mostly that same
So
group
we're paying for them to basically destroy us.
Yes.
In other words, to go against us.
Exactly.
Isn't that sucks?
As well as spending more of that money outside of our country rather than inside where it needs to be. That's what we're all here for today.
Yeah, I think so, of course.
Yeah, I don't need to get into specifics because everybody else has, and you've probably talked to a few other people
Yes,
that have
of
done
course.
that. I don't need to go there again, but that's why we're here, because basically we've trusted and trusted and trusted. Every election, what do we say? This time it'll be different. It's never different. The Indigenous people of Canada, how many times have they said, well, maybe this time they'll honor our treaties, maybe this time. Well, that time is never going to happen. So our leadership is making alignments with the Indigenous people of Canada to promise them, and it's not an empty, shallow, liberal Trudeau promise.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
It's a promise to say, we're on your side, and we are you, because you're blue-collar workers just like us. That's what they're saying.
For sure.
Okay? And so,
But
that's
I have a question for you
Yeah.
regarding the Indian First Nations.
Yes.
You think it's all related to the government, or they have some responsibility also? I mean, it's always easy to say it's the government's fault and everything.
Well,
but don't they like kind of like take care of their own stuff? Don't they have chiefs that are in charge?
Well, there may have been push and shove back and forth, but basically, I'm not an expert on it. Okay,
Yes.
it's just my personal opinion.
Yes.
That they have been waiting patiently
Mhm.
for hundreds of years for the treaties to be honored. First by the British Army, and then
And you think they're not honored?
of course they're not.
Okay, I'm not familiar enough. If you
I'm
say
not
so.
familiar enough either, but I know they're not because that's the feedback that I'm getting.
Ah, okay, I see what
All
you
right?
mean. Okay, I don't know.
Okay. No.
Okay, so
So they have problems on there. I'm sure there are problems here and there and everywhere, but it's time to sit down together.
Of course.
In a circle and say, okay, guys, can we meet and what are the issues and let's work it out and not provide the funding, but get the workers. If it has to be their own workers, that's fine, but get the workers to do what they need to do to give them that drinking water that they need,
Of
and
course.
and those communities to be more prosperous than they are because they're not.
look, I agree everything you said there. I
Yes.
cannot disagree that. I think communication and be able to sit down on a table,
Yes.
express what you need, how you could contribute,
Yes.
and work out a deal is probably the best solution. I don't know if any government does that because I guess I guess they
Yeah, we
look at
don't
the
know
votes.
either.
They always
Yes.
look. The only thing they care about is the votes.
I think they're looking at they care maybe about votes. They care about power, and they care about looking after themselves. It's kind of a
Yeah.
closed, especially the Liberal Party. They're a closed circle, in that SNC Lavalin.
Yeah, that's horrible. Oh my
affair.
goodness.
This is the second Liberal Party in a row that has been involved in a scandal with that same group of people.
Unbelievable.
Second in
huh?
a row. The last one got voted out very close to a non-party status.
I know.
This group needs to be. And that's a message from the people of Canada, is to vote them like we in Ontario voted Kathleen Wynne and her band.
I know.
up.
I saw what a massacre. She got destroyed,
And had to-
hammered.
Yes, and had to. And now look what the political party that's following them, what do? They're faced
Fort?
with a monumental challenge to undo what they
yeah,
did.
yeah, I see what you mean.
And it's about money too, because that money, the money that I'm referring to, affects you, me,
Of
everybody
course,
in
of course.
Ontario.
That makes sense.
The NDP party of Alberta is doing the same thing to their people.
Yes. Give me a second. Well, sir, it was a pleasure and an honor speaking to you. My name is George.
George, my name's Patrick.
Oh,
Nice to meet
hello.
you.
You know, my goal is when I do these videos is
Yep.
just to allow people that are not present
Yes.
to have at least an idea why people are here.
Yes.
Because sometimes the media does not represent us very well.
Yes.
Sometimes I get like 50,000, 100,000 people to view it. You know, it's still people out there, wake up people.
Just to inform you, the Veterans Coalition, they got together because, especially the Liberal Party, has taken billions of dollars out of their financing for their post-service. Okay? So they got together and said, we want to work together because this is what they did to us. Well, then other people jumped on, including myself, and the First Nations people, saying, well, they did that to you, but they're doing the same thing to us.
Of course.
Well, guess what the news is? Now they're doing it to the rest of us, and now we're all saying, hey, wait a minute. We don't remember, we didn't think about it when they were doing it to the veterans and to the First Nations.
Yeah, yeah.
But now they're starting to do it to us.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Billions. There's money out there that they can't even account for, billions of dollars that they spent somewhere or spent on a project, and they can't account for it. Just like Kathleen Wynne and her party all of a sudden couldn't account for billions of dollars that they
Unbelievable, huh?
spent. The Conservatives, the Ontario Conservatives, had her in, sat her down, and made her ask questions under oath. And what was the result of that?
I didn't watch it. What happened?
How big was the rug they swept that under? Because there was no result. So,
well, look, when's the last time you saw a politician in jail?
Exactly.
I've never seen one.
There's one sitting up there in that building up there somewhere.
Yeah.
He needs to be in jail.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Well, thank you so much, sir, for the interview. I really appreciate
Nice
it.
talking to you.
God bless you. And
God
let's
bless
hope
you.
that we can protect this nation and we can live in liberty and freedom. And for me, I believe that whatever money you make is what feeds you.
Yes.
It shouldn't be like the government feeding you. I think that you have to work. If you don't eat, you don't. If you don't work, you don't eat.
That's the
That's
social
what
engineering I'm talking about. They want you
I know.
to suck at the teat of the Liberal government cow.
I know.
We're
I
not
know.
doing it.
Yeah,
That's why you see these people here today.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
over there, even the ones with the wear the masks, you know what? They really want what everybody else wants, but I don't know what their platform is.
Well, they're socialists.
Yeah.
Those guys in red.
No, I don't think they really are. I think they're just a hate group. They hate everybody else but themselves. Seriously. Really.
Well, I don't know. Who knows?
Well, I mean, what's a socialist? The liberals are socialists. So is the NDP,
Yeah.
who, by the way, are also doing an awful job.
I know. Thank you again.
Socialism's a disease.
I know.
Maybe that's the core part of it over there with the masks on.
I
don't
know. They're horrible. Do you know how many times they've attacked me in the past? Attacked me wasn't like...
Attacked you?
Yeah, they've attacked me. Well, they hit my phone. I smashed them on the phone. I asked them a question. They come and they smash the phone.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of punks.
I
That's
can't
all
believe
it
it.
is.
You know, why would you smash your phone? You
I
know.
know. Why?
Yeah, they're very, very bad people. Well, thank you very much again,
Yeah,
and I hope a lot of success, and take care, okay?
Take care, yeah.
Take care, sir, again. Guys, hi! How's everything? Sorry about that.
It's okay. I understand. We're doing a live feed. I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I hope you don't mind if I put you on.
No, not at all.
You don't mind if I say hello to everybody here?
Hi, everybody. Mary Forrest. Forrest. Mary de la Forest.
Is that Italian?
No.
Oh.
It's Canadian.
It is Canadian. So you're
Yes.
pure Canadian.
No.
I love your videos, by the way.
I'm an immigrant. I'm Italian.
Really?
I'm Italian.
Really?
But I'm a
no, you're
proper immigrant. I was born in Italy.
You were born in Italy?
Yes.
Really? Which part of Italy?
Central.
Central.
Near Rome.
No, Rome. Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful. That's nice.
Yeah.
Do you remember anything of Italy?
Of course I do. I was there for a good part of my life. And then I
Really?
came here. Yeah.
And you speak Italian?
Yeah, that's my first language.
Oh.
I have a problem with English. That's
Nah,
why people
nah.
pick on me. Yeah, they pick on me. I have like the English police monitoring my English online when I make comments. It's like, that's not proper English and you're stupid and oh my God, yeah.
I've never noticed that.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't read all
No,
the comments.
like, you can't. If you were to sit there and read everybody's comments, you'd have no life. Think about it.
Yeah, I agree.
Come on.
So tell me why you're here, if you don't mind me asking.
I'm here to support not only,
The pipelines?
The pipeline. I'm against the carbon tax. I'm against the UN pact migration. And I'm out here to support fellow Canadians. And I'm here for all the other people that have texted me and asked me to stand for them that couldn't be here, whether of physical disabilities
Of course.
or because they're seniors. So I'm here for them, for the Alines, the Barbaras, the JDs, the Lauras, all of these people that...
Hi!
And where's Diane? I said, where's Diane?
So good. So good to see you
Very
again.
good. Pleasure again. Sit there too.
We're here for everybody else, that couldn't come to Ottawa, right?
Beautiful
That's right.
flag.
Yes. She made sure she went out and bought the flag because she wanted to wave it and...
Ah, beautiful. I like that one. This one you could like, you can use that too.
You can attach it to the
Can
house.
you put a spike on it? That would be nice.
Oh, that would be good for Antifa.
Yeah. Ooh,
I was saying we need a water truck. Wouldn't it be nice? They would freeze to death right now,
You're so mean.
Sorry, I am
Look,
mean.
I want to say something. I saw one of your videos.
Yeah.
I liked a lot. I think the one that made you really, really famous there. No,
Which one?
I
The
don't
one
know.
that they called me a racist?
No, not that one. I don't know. There's
okay.
one. I think it's outside. I thought it was a really nice speech.
Oh, at Queen's Park.
Yes, I think so.
Okay, yeah.
I like that speech.
Yeah, that was, I got asked that day. I didn't have anything prepared, but that's how I feel,
I
I
think
don't know
when you're
about
too...
being famous, though, okay? Because it's not
Look.
about being famous or popular. It's all of us should pick up, our cameras and say something. We should all do that because
Of course.
there's a lot of people. If more people spoke, then other Canadians would know that others are feeling like they are.
Of course.
Do you know what I mean?
Of course,
And
of
it's
course.
not about, having followers. It's just getting the message out there because the media is not doing their jobs in educating people as to what's really happening
Of
in
course.
Canada.
What do you think is really happening to Canada, if you don't mind me asking? If you have... I know you said a little bit some stuff earlier.
To me,
but
our Canadian people, we're suffering. We really are. I'm not talking about myself personally. I'm talking about the astronomical taxes we pay. 42% of our taxes, of our income, goes to taxes.
Yeah,
It's
for
the
sure.
biggest part. Services aren't there. We're being denied services, and you don't know about this until you are in need of those services.
Yeah, I see what
but
you
we're
mean.
still paying for those taxes. Our seniors are living on nothing, and they're making decisions whether to pay rent, their bills, or food, or medication. Like, there's a lot of things that aren't discussed. And then there's these new bills that are being proposed that, the severity of the crimes are being reduced, that their sentences are being reduced. Why is that? Why is that? Are we going into a lawless society?
No.
Like, what's going on? And who is telling them to do this? Not us.
So you find the Liberals are not following the people's wish, or they're not
Liberals
not
are
prioritizing
doing whatever they want. They're not being held accountable for anything that they have done. Do you agree with anything that they have done? I mean, look at the billions of dollars that are going outside our country. They've given money to Hamas. Hamas is a terrorist organization. Hamas, for God's sakes. Since when did Canada side with terrorists? And why are we giving money to Women's Affairs where FGM is still prominent in that country? Like, I'm talking about Somalia. Are you kidding me? Where's that money going to go? Is it really going to go towards women affairs and help those women? No, it's not. We're wasting money. I'm sorry. I
Look, I don't want to pump you up, but you know what? It's good to pump you up because then the best comes out of you.
Charity begins at home. We need to help our people first. Our people. Look at our vets. What's going on with our vets?
Yeah, I know. A lot of homelessness. A lot of people dying.
And yes, and our homeless. Do you think I like seeing our homeless? Yet we're putting illegals and whatever in hotels. Why is that?
I always wondered. Do you think the homeless want to be homeless sometimes, or it has nothing to do with it? I
don't think that they want to be homeless. I just don't think that they like to abide by the laws. Like, for example, they're not allowed to bring in alcohol into some of these shelters. Like, I understand that there's going to be problems and conflict and whatever. But if you live in your own home, you're still allowed to bring alcohol in your house. Okay? So these people don't have anywhere to go. So why not allow them to have, some dignity, even if they do want to drink? Allow them a bottle, for God's sakes. I'm sorry. That's the way I see it.
All right. So you said many things. I have one question for you that I always wanted to ask.
What?
What does your husband think about all this?
He's supportive.
What you're doing?
He's supportive. Sometimes he wants.
Does
to
he
come
get
out with me.
Does he get in trouble with his wherever he works? We're not going to ask you where he works. Have you gotten
He
problems?
basically tries to stay out of it. He's had calls about me and stuff, but a lot of his clients know who I am and know what I'm all about.
Okay.
And they understand that it's for the greater good. I'm not doing it for riches and fame or anything else. I am the way I am.
Look, I think that if you're putting yourself in the spotlight and you could be attacked in any way possible,
I've gotten more harm out of this than anything else.
I know.
Okay.
Me too. Don't worry about it. I know.
It's not like I don't want anything out of this. I want our people to do better. I want our people to thrive.
Of course.
That's all that I want.
Of course. And I think everybody here has to be like do their role.
Yeah.
And a role, everybody has to be a leader.
Should.
Yeah.
Everybody should. And that's why I say people should speak up. You have a voice, use it. Don't be afraid, because that's what they like. They like you being afraid.
Yeah.
And if you're afraid, you stay quiet.
I have a question for you.
Another one. You just said you had one. Now you have another one.
One was personal.
Oh, mama. Okay.
The other one is, do you think racism exists in Canada?
To a certain degree. But let me tell you, when I came to this country, racism was alive and well. And there were no laws to protect us. You know what you did? You sucked it up. You dealt with it, and you moved on. Today, it's politically correctness and virtual signaling.
What is the definition for your racism? Just to have an idea. I'm just curious. Well, how would you define it? What is a racist act for you?
To me, it would be,
Just curious.
I come up to you and say, I don't know if you're from Italy.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my country, okay?
Okay.
And say, oh, that fucking Italian, he's such a, I don't know, a piece of crap or whatever.
Yeah.
And I
But
hate
let's say
them.
the guy is a crap. What if the guy is an idiot? Is that okay or not?
Yeah, he's an idiot. You're describing him. I don't think that that's like.
I'm going to be honest with you.
I don't really. I don't really like. To me, the word racism is overused. It's used for anything.
Yeah.
I don't like chocolate. Oh, racist! You know, like you're wearing the wrong color. Racist! You know, that's what it is today.
Yeah.
Like it's overused. It's like me telling you I love you. I really don't love you because I don't know you. But everybody tells each other that they love each other. Seriously, think about it.
Yeah, for sure.
Everything is overused. And it's like we have a society of little wusses. You know, oh my God, you hurt my feelings. Oh, I gotta go tell the teacher. I'm gonna tell the principal. Like, suck it up. Tell that person. You know what?
I'm gonna tell you a
Stop
little bit
it.
about me, okay? I came in 1977 from Lebanon. We escaped the war. So,
Good for you. Welcome.
so I came to an Italian neighborhood.
Oh
Okay?
my God, poor you. I feel
Yeah,
for you.
yeah. Okay, I was one of the first Lebanese that came to Canada.
Yeah.
The first month, everybody was calling me fucking Arab, this and that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. So what I used to do is I used to punch them.
Good.
The next month, they never called me an Arab because
There
I
you
spoke
go.
English.
Yeah.
I spoke, not English, I spoke French. So already they were like, oh, this guy, he speaks French. So now I made friends.
Yeah.
You know, okay, maybe those kids were like a little bit mean.
Ignorant.
Well, they don't know. They've never seen
they
somebody
don't
from
know.
that
They're
country.
ignorant,
They're
yeah.
ignorant. I don't know. Either way, I toughed it up, like you
Yeah,
said. You know,
that's
and I
the
became
way
who I
you do
am.
it. And then it stops. It stops. It doesn't go on. But these guys and this liberal government,
Yeah.
you don't agree with them? Well, you're a racist. No, I'm not. A Nazi.
Yeah,
Gerald
yeah, oh,
Butts
yeah,
called
yeah.
us Nazis.
I know.
Think about that. Are we Nazis? Are you kidding?
I've never supported them. You know, I always felt bad. They always lost all the wars during the movies. But otherwise, for that, I didn't know what they were when I was a kid. You know, but you know, look, Germans were not all Nazis, obviously. So just to say in parentheses,
I know. And
there were
it's
some good Germans.
Yes, of
They
course.
thought they were fighting for the right thing, for patriotism, for the country. But at the end, the leaders were evil.
Just like Italians weren't all fascists. I'm not a fascist.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
You know what I mean? You can't
Look,
paint
I'm going
everybody
to tell you
with
about
the same
racism.
brush.
In my opinion, I don't think it exists.
I don't think so either.
I think it's more that people either do the right thing or the
Or
wrong thing.
Yeah, it comes down to morals.
Yes,
That's what it comes
that's
back
what-
down to.
Like, let's say I look at a person, I'm going to look if this person is nice or not. If he comes to me and wants to beat me up, or he wants to fight with me, I'm going to say, this guy's evil.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not going to, you know, I don't think people, I think it's,
They misuse the word
yes.
for the crime or the deed. That's what it comes down to. That's
Are you
what
going to make a video?
I already did. I filmed
Yeah?
a little bit up there, but I got cold and I said I'll video a little bit later.
What do you think about Maxime? If you don't mind me asking, Maxime or Bernier, what, you have any comments? You think it's gonna make it's gonna make a difference between either one? Like, or is it like?
I'm not sure. I'm between the two right now, so I don't know. I don't know who I'm going to vote for.
Okay.
I need a little bit more information.
So you want the best guy to win, the guy that has the most chance of winning?
I want the guy that's going to keep his word and do what they say that
Yeah, I
they're going to
wish-
do. And that's my biggest pet
Well,
peeve.
what do you think about Donald Trump?
I love him.
Love him, huh?
Yeah, I do.
What do you like most about him?
I love him that he's up front and he tells it like it is and he speaks in plain English. And that's why I love him. I think most of us here like him.
You love him, huh?
I love
You know what? I like him
I'm
a
an
lot. You know,
immigrant, and he speaks in plain English, and that's why he appeals to all the immigrants
Yeah.
that are there. And he's married to an immigrant.
It's a friend, Super Canada. Super Canada's here. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Hey, nice job. Everything as you do there,
Oh,
beautiful.
everything is
I'm gonna
great.
interview you after you're there.
Okay.
So,
So are
thank
you
guys
done
for
with me
coming.
now? Is
Thank
the
you. Everything you want to
Inquisition
say?
done?
Huh?
Is the Inquisition done?
Yes. You know what? You
Did I
passed.
pass?
I'm not gonna
Oh,
burn you.
thank God.
You're not gonna be burned in the
Oh,
stakes. You're
thank
gonna be fantastic
Oh,
there.
thank you, thank
you
you.
want to say anything?
The reason
Well,
I'm
tell
here,
your name so that people know if you
Diane
wish.
Lowe. The reason I'm here is because I support the pipelines. I think this government is idiotic. I think they're absolutely insane. These pipelines support all of Canada. The equalized payments they give to Quebec and what they give to, first of all, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, okay. I agree
That is
that if you have equalization and you have no pipeline, it doesn't make sense for Alberta.
No.
If I was from Alberta, I would want to separate. So I'm giving money away,
tell
but
you
these
something.
guys don't want a pipeline.
If Alberta
You
separates-
cannot have the two.
If
And
Alberta
one goes with the
separates,
other one.
I'm moving
I'm
to
moving to
I'm moving
Alberta.
to Alberta.
Me too.
If they separate, I will go to
I'm
Alberta.
moving to Alberta as well if they separate.
How about America?
I'd love to move to as long as Trump remains in power, though.
Yeah, yeah, but he only has 6 more years. What do you do in 6 years? You move?
I don't think he's going anywhere.
I don't
No,
think
I mean
so
like 6 years. Like the maximum you can stay.
Well,
No, he's not going to become a dictator like some of the Americans they think, right? I mean, some of these Americans, they call him fascist, racist,
And
Nazi.
there's fascists running for president. Look at what's that old man? What's his name? Bernie.
Bernie Sanders.
All the kids love him. Our kids are being brainwashed in these schools about communism.
You know what? I believe it's very simple. You take a plane ticket, you send them to Venezuela.
That's
1
right.
week vacation paid by you, and then you go check it yourself.
Get an education.
Yeah.
See it.
I don't know. I think we should send
All
all these guys there. Let's send them to Venezuela. Let's see how they like it over there.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna like it too much.
I think what's going to happen is they're going to be crying to come back home, and when they come back home, they're going to be like, "Oh my God, thank you." They're going to be on their hands and knees kissing the soil that they're on.
By the way, I like your red hair.
I told you that. It looks good on
You know, it looks
it's
nice.
Satan's
You look
hair.
You look. If you
I'm
don't mind.
Satan. Look at me. I'm dressed like the devil.
No, you look very, very cute.
Hi, Bella. How are you?
Ciao, amore, come stai?
So that was Mary.
Mary. Yeah, that's me.
Where's your friend there?
Laura.
Laura, where's she?
She couldn't come today, unfortunately.
I love her. She's so lovely,
Of
lady
course
there.
she is. She's the good part of me. She's
Yeah.
the light and I'm the dark.
I have a question for you. Do you consider yourself?
Another question.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna start charging you.
Do you consider yourself a Christian? Hi, how are you?
Yes.
Yes.
Peter.
George, pleasure.
Yes.
I think we met before. What does Christianity for you mean? If you don't mind me asking.
For me, it's all about doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, living a just life. What does that mean? Be kind. Be good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I try to be kind to everybody that I meet and welcoming.
Yeah.
And I try to do good deeds.
Mhm.
Open doors. Help people with bags. Stupid things.
But you do that to like attain heaven, or you do that because out of your goodness of your heart?
Out of the goodness of my heart.
Yeah.
Not to expect anything in return.
I want to make sure because some people
No,
believe
I
that
don't
if you're
do
good.
anything because I want something back. And anybody that has known me in my community, like I'm talking about years ago, something tragic happened to me. The outreach from strangers because of things that I did for them when they found out about my accident was overwhelming. My husband and I didn't even know who these people were that came to try to help me. And it just proves to you.
Do you want to
that-
talk about more about it, or it's
No,
too difficult, huh?
It's
But more or less, so
but
something
the
tragic happened.
outreach- Yeah, the outreach in the community was just phenomenal. It was like I didn't even know who these people were that were, sending meals to
So
my
these
house.
are people.
and
Would you consider that they're kind Christians, or they're just normal people that they're
just
just?
people that I helped throughout the years, whether it was helping their children out of the car during the winter, or
So you're
giving
beloved.
a
You're
couple
loved.
of extra dollars.
Would you
for
like to
their-
run for office? I'm just curious. Would
I
that
wouldn't
interest-
make it. I'd be assassinated because I'm not politically correct, and I tell
I
it
don't
like
think
it
anybody would
is.
kill you. No.
And
I don't think so.
I'm not polished. You need to be polished to run for office.
Yeah.
You
Like
need
Donald
to-
Trump.
Well, Donald Trump is different.
He has
has
money.
all the money. He can't be bought. You need money, and you need financial backers behind you.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Either you have money or you need financial backers.
Yeah.
I wouldn't get either or because the media would bury me with all of the things that I have said. And
yeah.
I don't regret saying any of them because I believe in them. I
Yes,
believe
yes.
in what I
I
say.
see what you mean.
So, and plus, I wasn't born in this country, and I believe that if you run for office,
I
you
see what you
should be
mean.
born in this country.
I see what you
because
mean.
You need to be Canadian to represent the Canadian people. That's the way I see it. I'm sorry.
I agree with you, but in your case, I'll make an exception. I think you're Canadian at heart.
I'm very Canadian. Trust
So
me.
you know what?
Trust me. I love this country more than anybody.
So you know what? I think we can make an exception for you. But I agree that some of the ministers, like Hussein.
Ahmed Hussein, yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Ahmed
Maybe.
Hussein is more for Somalia.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think he really. I think he likes
He doesn't like Canadians, nor does he have Canadian values, nor does he like our country. Because if he did, he would be screening what he's bringing into our country.
Yeah, you
and
think-
I say what?
He thinks that bad, huh?
I think he's horrible. I think he's horrible.
What do you foresee in the future? I'm just curious. What you think that these people are going to integrate, or there's no way none of these?
Not integrated. Don't you see what's happening?
I know, but I'm
look
just.
at us.
Is there any
we're
hope?
welcoming Hijab Day. Are you kidding? That's a sign of oppression. You're telling us in our Western country to say it's okay for women to be oppressed. No, it's not okay. Okay, when the women of Iran are risking their lives to remove these things off their heads, and then you come to our Western countries and here in our schools and universities and parliament offices are having Hijab Day, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're going against anything that represents freedoms for women.
Yeah,
okay?
I agree.
If you choose to wear it, it's a different story. But to make it like such a thing of freedom, wrong. These women are suffering in these countries.
Well, imagine at 40 degrees temperature, and you're forced to go in a park, and you wear a hijab, all black, and then inside is probably going to be like 60 degrees, I don't know what.
Let the men wear it.
And then the husband,
Let the men wear
he's
it.
wearing a t-shirt and a short. I think that, you know what, I don't think I would like to do that.
I think the feminists need to move out of the West and go fight in these countries where the women are actually being oppressed, raped, tortured, and
Is there
murdered.
any feminists left? Well, first of all,
No, there are
feminism.
no feminists. The feminists are dead. What is left today are these feminazis that are, they need to change the crosswalk sign because it doesn't represent them. They can't have a stick figure. They need one with a skirt. Stupidity.
I know,
Okay?
I know.
Like, go and help women that are being physically harmed. Don't bark in our Western societies looking for equality because you do have equality. All right?
What
It's
does
enough.
equality for you mean?
Equality means that the law is the same for everyone.
Okay.
And you know what? You get a job and you're being paid a certain amount, whatever. It's based on your qualifications, not on your gender.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
I'm tired of this. I'm sick of it. I'm sorry. These are my opinions. This is the way I see it. Because today we have so many people working inside our parliament and government offices that are there hired on a quota, not because of merit. Not because
That's
of
sad.
merit. Okay? And this is what Canada used to be before. You would get a job based on your merits and qualifications.
Of course.
Today
You want to put
we
your
are-
back gloves, or you're gonna be okay?
I'm okay.
I don't want you to freeze there.
Don't worry, it's okay. I'm safe.
I want to keep your lovely
Look at
hands
me.
there.
I'm
Yes,
safe.
you're very lovely. I think. I hope you don't mind. Your husband says that I'm married too. So I hope
No,
I hope-
we're cool. Okay.
Okay,
We're-
good. As
we're
long as you
cool
know that it's
people.
at a complete.
We're
complete
very
respect.
cool people. We don't. There's not going to be. Oh my God, sexual assault.
Okay, I have one last question. The ultimate last question. What do you think in the last 2? When did you start being an activist? You consider yourself an activist?
I think so.
Okay. When did you start? And
About 6 years ago. And
6
I
years
started
ago, huh?
with Pegida Canada, and I'm still part of them.
Okay, so okay, that's how you started. And how do you feel that how the things? First of all, why did you get into Pediga Canada first? And how do you feel like how things have changed in the last 6 years?
Because Pegida is a very good group, and I believe that I don't like the
What does
ideology.
it mean? The acronym there, acronym. It's people.
It's against the Islamization of Canada. That's
Okay.
basically what it
Okay,
is.
got it. Okay.
It's not against Muslims. It's not against anything. It's about the ideology. That's all it is.
Okay.
It's not, we have Muslim people that come out with us and so forth. At least I am. I'm against anybody trying to force their ideology into our society.
Yeah,
Okay?
I agree with you 100%.
That's all it is.
Of course.
It's like, coming into Parliament and saying, okay, we have to have Islamic prayers. No, you don't. Because we removed the Lord's Prayer out, okay? And
yeah.
this is a Judeo-Christian country. So
Yeah.
you don't come into our country and try to force your way into our system, into
for
our
sure.
country.
I agree 100%.
Okay, that's all it is. And what happens with the left? Oh, you're racist. Oh no, we're not. What race is Islam? I'm sorry. What are we talking about again? We're back to BS.
Canadian woman. This is a Canadian.
And what are you guys?
Well, we're Canadian.
Oh, okay, good. Canadian people
Canadian men.
living in peace.
Canadian
Right?
Miss.
Nice beard, my friend. I like that beard. It's a
Gareth.
beautiful.
How are you? Nice
We have
to
a
meet
bet on
you.
how he's going to shave it off.
So,
You guys want to be
after all this, after the war's over, I'm
May I ask
shaving
you
it
some
off.
questions afterwards?
Yeah. Okay.
But I want. Thank you, Mary. I really appreciate
Okay.
everything.
I gave you a little bit too much, right?
It was just perfect.
All right. Okay.
It's nice. I don't think we ever talked really.
No.
But
This is the first time.
It was the first time, and it was a beautiful time.
Thank you.
God bless you. Okay.
God bless you
And
too,
your
and I'll
family
see
too.
you again, and
All right,
likewise.
appreciate it. All right.
And
You didn't answer my question. What do you think has changed in the last 6 years? That was my goal.
I think people are starting to wake up and understand what's going on in Canada with the SEM 103 and seeing what's going on with the politicians that are in these high-ranking positions and seeing a change. And
It got worse or better? That's basically my question.
I think it's gotten worse, but it's got to get worse before it gets better. I don't
Interesting.
know if that makes any sense.
I'm sure someone would make sense to them.
You know what I mean?
I get. Well, look. Obviously, when you're drunk and you become alcoholic, you have to go to the barrel maybe to go up.
to
Maybe.
the bottom before.
Yeah, because then I actually either go crash down more and you die, whatever,
Yeah.
or you go back up.
That's right.
There's only, or you're at the bottom, you can only go
Yeah,
up.
that's right.
I don't know.
So
maybe,
let's just hope that I'm wrong and it does just get better. We have to treat. That's all
and
I hope.
and you think like Andrew Scheer, or would you think like would it change much with either Andrew Scheer or Maxime Bernier?
I'm not going to make any comments. I can't comment because I'm undecided.
No, not which one is going to vote for.
Yeah, but-
you think either one, would it change anything? For sure it's going to be not as bad.
Not as bad, but
Like, how do you
to
stop
me,
the
he's-
mass immigration?
He's like a version of Trudeau. I don't know.
Whom?
Sure.
Yeah.
But I'm a conservative.
Yeah,
so
I know. You just
I'm a
you're dealt with a
conservative.
card deck and you just have to play it out, right?
Yeah, I'm a conservative.
I understand. I understand. Don't worry about it. Me, okay, don't worry about it.
I gotta support him.
I hear you. I hear you. I hear you.
I gotta support him. I gotta do my part in this.
All right. Let's hope it gets better. Okay.
I hope so.
Well, we don't. We could only pray.
Oh, I do that a lot. Trust
Yeah,
me.
I
I
bet.
haven't prayed as much as I have over the last few years.
All right.
I think God must be tired of me, and not you again.
We'll
All
see each
right.
other later. Okay.
Okay. Have a great day. Ciao.
Bye. Hello, beautiful ladies.
Hi.
Hi, George.
Hi. How are you?
Hey.
Good.
We're
So you like the
here.
turnout,
We're
guys?
there, and we're everywhere.
We are very pleased. This is a day of reckoning in Canada.
Yeah, it's the
This is
beginning.
this is us putting the sword in the ground, even if it's the snow. Next time we're going to be back, and we're going to be taking this paved area. They're not sticking us in the snowbank.
No
right?
way. It's
This
horrible.
country is forged on people who fought like we are today. And you can look around this area and you can see all the statues of people that gave their lives, sacrificed, self-service, right? And self-sacrifice and served their country. And that's what we're on, and that's the legacy that we are going to continue. It is not, it's a duty. It's a duty.
Please present yourself, just in case people don't know you.
Lynn Redden online.
The beautiful suffragette.
Yeah, suffragettes. And there's a monument, speaking of which, a monument over there as well. And those are the colors.
Beautiful. I love those
Purple
colors.
is for passion.
Oh, I
Green
didn't know.
is for hope.
Okay.
And white is for innocence. But I say
Ah.
truth at my age. Ha ha ha.
So you came all the way from, you live in Toronto, right, or something?
Yes,
close by?
Toronto area, right.
Yeah,
and this is probably my 7th time, as you know, George.
I
We
know.
go way back.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
my
yeah.
7th time here, spending thousands of dollars,
I know.
coming out here to, again, chipping away at this big rock we've got. But that's our rock. That parliament is our building. We
No.
pay for it. Those are our tax dollars, and we are being ignored, and we refuse to be ignored anymore. And this is a prime example, a shining example, that we will not be ignored any longer.
Well, look, I think that, I know they're saying it's a pipeline, but we know that it all comes down to bad management, bad government.
Completely.
Yeah,
completely.
so, I mean, if
it's
you
a
build-
mind screw. I mean, next they're talking about meat. Okay, this is a new thing. You know, they always put little drops in and they start to bait you on it. They're talking about taking away meat, that it's bad for the environment.
Yeah, I know. The cows.
This is all New World Order.
But I heard that if you fed them like just the grass, they won't fart as much.
Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah, so
There you
what
go.
are we gonna feed them grass? Let them go in the grass.
Yeah.
But I think they have to
Well,
they
a
make.
fellow I talked to, he had a sign, climate change, and I said, well, I thought it was global warming. Oh, you had
That's
to
a
change
scam.
it.
That's a
You
scam.
can go to a website. It's called climatechangehoax.org.
Yeah.
Okay. He said, no, everybody agrees on it. No.
So you don't think there is a climate change, or you think there's a global warming? What do you think about all this? Just curious.
I think it's a bogus bullshit hoax
Yeah, it's a
to
scam.
grab tax dollars because they're out to destabilize our country. They are dismantling our country.
It's a
all
global
right?
agenda.
And it's a global agenda. And
Listen-
I furthermore say that this new world order is the old world order.
Yeah.
And this is what we have to really concern ourselves with, because their end game is slavery. Their end game is global communism.
We're not free.
But I don't think they really. I don't think they know that.
Oh,
I mean,
I think
maybe
they do.
the leaders.
The
That's
leaders do.
That's your friend there. Look at her. The
The leaders do. The leaders do. Yes.
Great job, Faith.
Faith!
Faith, the beautiful Faith.
I'll be back.
Okay, Zion.
That is a lovely Faith.
Yes.
All the way from Toronto, just married. She looks lovely.
She
You
just
think
married somebody?
Yeah, she married. Somebody decided to marry her.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Who's the husband? I'm sure husband.
Somebody has faith and faith.
Let me interview the husband. Is it the husband? I think he might be too young. So that's our lovely Faith. She's a patriot. She does a good job, and we love her there.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the new world order is the old world order.
Yeah.
And
what does that mean exactly when you say new world
what
order?
that means is, well, have you noticed how much the Pope has to say about all these different issues?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's quite interesting.
You
isn't
consider
it?
yourself a Christian?
Absolutely.
Okay. Do you believe in the rapture?
Yes, I do.
Do you believe that there will be a man that will come out basically the Antichrist?
I believe in the Bible.
Do you believe the Antichrist could be potentially a pope? What do you think?
You know what? I won't take that gamble, but I know that
Potentially,
hold on. There's a false prophet, there's a beast, and there's a dragon.
Yeah,
okay?
beast,
So
yeah.
use your eyes, do a little digging, and I think it's all kind of shaping up, isn't it?
Well, look, it says that the Antichrist is going to be loved by the Jews, by everybody.
Right.
So if you say everybody, that
And
means
make
that
peace, right?
Yeah, it makes
Yeah.
peace. So basically, it has to be somebody like that the Christians are going to love. When I say Christians, I'm talking about like born Christian.
Yeah.
The Muslims and
Well,
the
he,
Jews.
He just came out with the logo that is a interfaith logo with the cross and the half moon on a Quran.
Isn't that beautiful? Oh, what a nice pope! Huh? What a nice guy, you know? this
Well,
guy?
it's not very nice what the
No, I know.
Quran has to say about Jesus. So,
I know. Well,
what I find very intriguing, though, is that the Catholic faith, venerates Mary, Mother Mary.
Yes.
I, as a Christian, say God doesn't have a mother, okay, in the sense of,
Yes,
we know
of
there was a virgin birth.
Of course, I agree with you.
But Mary is not God, right?
Of course not. She's
And
not a goddess.
I don't pray to Mary. I pray
Me neither.
to Jesus.
The name Jesus Christ.
And that I find it very intriguing that the Quran has a chapter venerating Mary.
I
You
know.
find that interesting?
Yeah, it is. I know.
Right?
Well, they consider Jesus Christ to be prophet.
I have to say hi to Faith.
Yes, how's Faith doing there?
Question everything.
The beautiful Faith. Look how
Hey
beautiful
guys,
she is.
I want to
And
say
she
hi.
just got married. Congratulations.
And there's some
Who's the husband? You the husband? Where's the husband?
surrounded by men
Oh.
and not one the husband.
All right. Well, one day we'll beat him, right?
What's this?
But there's also something else going on.
Yes.
Nikki Haley, who is working with Trump, as we know, in
Yes.
anti-UN.
Yes.
She's now head of a 70 Nations organization, where the Sanhedrin are coming out with this Noahide law.
What is that? I'm not even sure.
Yeah, well, it's 7 laws, and most of them, are okay, and they're normal laws about stealing or murder, and we know those things.
And
are
she's
wrong.
participating in that?
Yeah, they've made her president of that. So
I thought she was a good person.
It's spelt like Noah Hyde, but the last one, which really is very disconcerting, is no blasphemy, and so we really have to question that, because blasphemy, in which regard? See, this is all part of this new world order, one
Well,
religion.
there must be a reason why she resigned. I imagine she resigned because.
She joined this group.
Well, the thing is
And
this,
Trump
right?
also signed this Noah High law.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
So you don't trust Trump too much?
And so did Bush. It's not a matter of trust. I'm just showing you the dots to connect, and I find these things disconcerting. Just as
Interesting.
much as I find the Pope being the fourth most popular person politically. Okay.
Who's the number one? Who's number three?
There's Trump. There's Merkel. There's
okay.
You know what I mean? There's like whoever you want to slot in.
Trudeau?
there.
Is Trudeau there?
No, I don't think so.
Let's hope not. Well, maybe he is.
Putin would be
socks
another.
are popular.
Okay, so you got Trump, Merkel, Putin, and that's
Pope.
3. He's the 4th. He's the 4th. Okay.
How about the Queen? The Queen of England.
We don't need these queens.
Yeah, I know,
and
I
you
know.
know what? I could tell you a really interesting thing biblically.
Oh, I would love to hear it. Well, look, okay, go
The
ahead.
oldest constitution
Yes.
goes back to the Hittites, and that is in the 13th to 15th century BC.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, and that's a constitution where I do something for you. I'm going to be your leader. I'm going to be your, let's say, king. Okay. but
Yes.
I'm going to be your king.
Yes.
I'm going to give you these benefits.
Yes.
And in return, you're going to give me this. So it's a contract.
Well,
it's a
look.
social contract. Hold on.
Yes.
When the Bible, when Moses comes, okay?
Yeah.
God makes a constitution with him.
Yes.
But God doesn't make him king. What he does is he gives kingship to all of the people.
Mhm.
And we are that legacy of being the kings and queens under Jesus.
Of course, amen to that. I agree
Okay?
with that. We're
You
all.
look into it because it's very, very intriguing. Yeah.
Beautiful.
And you know what else is very interesting? Trudeau, there is an organization, it's called Trudeau with a T, Truteau. And his oldest ancestor is Etienne Trudeau. And he came here in 1641. He was
Really?
28 and a half, and he married a 14 and a half-year-old girl. And he knocked her up with 13 boys and 1 girl.
Oh, wow.
And one of his sons ended up in Louisiana. Etienne may have been down there as well.
Huh.
And there was actually plantations that had slaves down there that are under the name Trudeau. But you can look up trudeau.org, and it's a Masonic, we were talking about these things, right?
Yeah, for
the,
sure.
The compass, the all-seeing eye of providence kind of stuff. And his father was a great, they called him a master of great works. He was a carpenter that built a lot of the churches and the convents and
I see. Yeah.
the local community.
Wow,
right? The
so
houses.
Trudeau is like been here for a while, huh?
Yeah, he's actually related, so the ancestry sites say, to Hillary Clinton and Celine Dion.
Really?
And Madonna. Yeah.
Madonna
and this
too?
is why, well, we're
Yeah, they're all
sharing.
related.
Well,
They're
we
all-
share.
he said
Madonna?
Yeah, well, we share all these news reports. See, we're not you doing all the research we should be doing, right?
What Canadians should worry about too is also there's an organization that was created in 2010. Okay, all the politicians who want and senators in Canada in that big building that want a new world order.
Yeah. Okay. So I
would-
want to
yeah.
tell you something. Okay. Trudeau. So with the Masonic. Okay. So Pierre Trudeau.
Yeah.
He was schooled in a Jesuit school.
Yeah.
So was Trudeau. Okay. And when Trudeau, and if you go and research the article, he goes to the Pope in 2017, and what did he bring him? He brought him old Jesuit texts on the founding of Canada, and he took him to the Jesuit Pope,
Okay, which
as
is a
a
black
gift.
pope.
Okay,
Well,
and we had Arturo Sorzo, the Jesuit Pope, came to Canada. There was a changing of the guards. It's a new black pope, right? Is that what they call them? Jesuit?
I don't know
Yeah.
much about these
Well,
things.
this is what I'm saying. Canadians, we got to stop saying superficial. Our world didn't just start after World War II. It goes way back.
I
and the
see.
answers are
So
there.
that's why you say the old.
Yes, because I also want you to know that in 300 after the death, 300 AD, there was Roman slavery. There was a whole caste system. You were born as a slave and you had to work 20 years under the establishment until your master could set you free. Okay, so this is research that is history repeats. We got to
I wonder
understand.
why that guy took my
these
picture
things.
there. That's kind of interesting.
just to show people, I guess.
Yeah. So, that's it. This is Curtis. Curtis is a homeless man
I know.
who started crying. And you know what? He's coming home with me. He's welcome at my home. His mom's coming to see him today. But love him, I love him. And he believes in Jesus.
Amen.
And so we're going to make perfect family together, right? Right? Yeah? My new adopted son. Now.
Beautiful. We're all children of God anyway.
Aren't we?
Yes, we're all brothers and sisters.
And that's what Canadians are about.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Canadians are about.
That's our whole history.
Yeah.
Like the Constitution of the USA, it says right in it. These are unalienable rights and freedoms. You see, this is from God.
Yeah.
That's why no man our master. That's why I'm explaining Israel, because I'm saying it's that constitution. We have a constitution with God.
Of course.
And these are
well,
our
only
rights.
if you want to.
You can't take them away from us, nor give them to us. They are ours, and we are establishing them. Like, because this government actually means control of the mind.
Yeah.
And that's what they're doing. All these different issues. It's all taking.
Well, one day there won't be government when the people are all on the same
page.
Yeah.
Well, are you hearing about this de jure movement? De
I'm not
jure
familiar.
and de facto? Yeah, they're saying that you'll have to look into it, but the Constitution that wasn't ratified by Quebec. So in a sense, making it de facto.
Oh yeah,
that it's
oh yes, that I know. I'm familiar with that.
And de jure, there was like de jure personam in this word goes back. Why I know the stuff about Rome is because that word goes back to Roman history.
You're well informed, huh? Wow.
Slavery.
You must have studied. You must have done some.
I love it.
You
Yeah,
love
that's
it, huh?
right. Because I know that we just didn't end up
All you
here
gotta
in a
do is
bubble.
read about it. Everything is out there.
Well, the Protestant Reformation, okay?
Yeah.
500 years ago in 2017, this is the birth of democracy. This is the birth of free speech because we were all under that communist dictatorship. Now, we're all together, but there was, and originally it started with a war because the papacy, the Vatican still wanted control, okay? But now, a taste of freedom, everybody wants it, right?
Now, who doesn't want freedom, honestly?
And we know that hey, you can have your religious beliefs, but freedom is what
Freedom,
keeps-
I think it's number
freedom is
one.
our
Nobody
common,
wants to be. The thing is that the public thinks they're free, because they give you a little bit of free.
Yeah.
But we're enslaved. We're free. No government could tell us what to do, right? For example, no government makes rules for us. We're not free. We got to break away from that.
Yeah.
And
Thanks, Tina.
George,
Thanks
we're
for everybody for coming here. There's
George, we're going for lunch.
Yeah.
And to warm the feet.
Okay, that's a
You're
good idea.
welcome if you want to come.
You know what?
We're cold. Where are you gonna be?
Where are you going?
Where we go?
The
Capitol Hill.
You know what? We're gonna join you now. I'm really freezing. Let's go.
My feet
And
are
I can call my wife. I guess this will be it. I'll call my wife, tell her to join us. I think we made a nice video. We have a good idea why people are here. It's my yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, let's go.
You know what? Can you carry my arm's sore?
Yeah, no problem. Sorry about that.
Let's get going.
Yeah,
now.
let's go. I'm for getting I'm freezing completely there. So where's the
I
exit?
can't feel my toes anymore.
Yeah, okay, let's get out of here. All right, so guys, I guess that will be it. Thanks for being here, and maybe we'll come back. Maybe do another video. Or maybe not. I'm gonna see how my wife responds to that. I think it was very productive.
I'm wearing.
But at the end is Trudeau must go.
They're born into debt. You are born into debt. And they are debt enslaved.
Okay, we'll go wait. Beautiful sunrise. Hey guys, take care. How do we get in there? I think we go by here now. You know, I can't believe these guys there standing holding that sign for like 4 hours, 3 hours. They're crazy.
They're fools.
Honestly, why would you want to hold a sign for 3-4 hours?
When you get a paycheck from Soros, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, the only place I won't smoke is in front of the cops because they're on duty. If I can't go to...
Alright guys, I might just stop the video soon, but at least I'll show you more. So this is in Ottawa, just in case you don't know. Wellington Street. The police are there. These are the guys that they think they're fascists and fighting fascists. But the problem is that they're the fascists, obviously. Alright guys, so I'll say bye now and we'll talk later. Love you guys. I just want to say that I'm always, it's always a pleasure to be able to communicate with you and to show you a little bit what we're fighting for. And what it comes down to is always about liberty, freedom, and I believe in capitalism. I believe that if you make money, you should keep as much as possible of the money because you work hard for it. I don't believe I believe also for sharing. If you want to share your money and give it to donation, that's fine too. But I don't think the government's going to do a good job by taking the money and just giving it to whoever they want and spending the money foolishly. So that's my message to you guys. And we're against Trudeau. Build the pipelines. We need jobs for Canadians. And just love you guys. Okay? Bye.